Testing, testing. That was weird. I literally didn't change anything. I just opened the settings and closed them. So, I guess that's how that works. Y'all caught me on poofy hair day. um, Hair wash day and day after are always the worst. So my hair is real poofy today. But yes, I don't know what I said when you couldn't hear me. We're here for part 2 of Childhood Pokemon Binder. If you weren't here for when we did it Sunday, it ended up taking way longer than we thought. We were 3 hours in and we were only like halfway through. So we decided to call it a night and pick it up tonight to finish it out. So this is what all that we uncovered in the first go around, or at least all the hollows and stuff. This is actually all the actual cards. So I feel like we're like solid over 300 or 400 cards so far. But we're going to try to finish it out tonight. I also have some just random eBay purchases that I need to unbox. So we'll do that too, because I need to leave my feedback on those on eBay, and they've just been sitting on a shelf for some of them for weeks. So do y'all want to do some fun random unboxings first, or jump straight into the binder? Whichever y'all want to do. We can jump straight in if that's what y'all want to do. Yes, we are going to do the trainers first, or I'm going to try to, because we don't want to end on the trainers, because that might be kind of like boring to end up on that. Unbox first. That seems like a stream starting kind of thing. So get all these guys. This is not a hollow. So, I don't know why this is over here. So I kept all the hollows separate. This is Dragonite. That's the only reason I had him out, just because it's pretty cool. So yeah, let's do some unboxings. I'm going to need to make sure I have these addresses covered, or do it upside down. Where's my knife? So I know most streamers that unbox things have like really fancy like knives that they unbox their packaging with. This is what you get when you are a business that has just a warehouse and shipping. This is the kind of fancy knife that we have to unbox things. No fancy custom knives, nothing like that. That's a nice colored little thing we got here. Thank you, Paul with no. Thank you. I'm very pleased with it. And I can't wait for everybody else to be able to get it. So we got some Inception going here. I don't know what any of these are because they've just been piled. So I don't know which one is which. So we're going to have some random fun. Ooh, what? What? Okay, so these are Pokemon Topps card booster packs, still sealed from the OG Series 1 TV animation. Completely forgot that I bought these. These are dated in year 2000. I have, in one of our previous streams, I unboxed some actual Topps cards, but these are the booster packs that are unopened. So that's pretty cool. Set those in the booster pack pile here. There's some other booster packs that we opened recently. I do have a keyboard package as well. This is a Pokemon stream, so I don't know if the people who actually came to chill just want to see Pokemon stuff, or if you want to see keyboard stuff too. But I do have a pretty cool keyboard package that I've waited for a while for. Try to keep these addresses covered here. Okay. It's from a local guy here in Huntsville. He sells cards. Rocket City Cards. Here in Huntsville. I guess I'll show it off just to do that. So here's a Topps card right here. It's basically where they just take like scenes from the movie and put them on trading cards. This is Togepi from Pikachu's Vacation. If anybody remembers that little mini movie at the beginning of Pokemon the first movie. It's pretty cool. A lot of these are just random things I've gotten here and there. I don't think there's anything like insane, but you never know because I've kind of forgotten what it is that I've even purchased after all this time. This one's from Japan. I wonder what this is. This one's straight from Japan. Japanese sellers always have little notes, usually. What is this? Gosh. Oh. So we got a... We got a Squirtle Top Sun card. So this, if anybody doesn't know what this is, Top Sun is technically one of the first publicly printed Pokemon cards before the trading card game. It was these guys. And I've been trying to collect them. So, oh, this is a no number one as well. So this is the first print, I believe, or it's the rarest print. I can't remember if it was first. Usually it is. But moving forward, they put the number of the Pokedex number up there, but this is the one that doesn't have the number. That's pretty cool. Set that aside. Oh, that went off the table. We got more unboxings for days. We got 1 packing peanut, 2 packing peanut, 3 packing peanut. Three packing peanuts, just enough for this. Ooh, I forgot about this. Ooh. You gotta open this. Goodbye, 3 packing peanuts. Okay. So I personally really love really trash vintage cards. Specifically like cards that are considered like the most sought after. I personally love those cards, but in like horrible condition. Like, so like the best cards you can get, but in the worst condition. And that's what this is. This guy is just destroyed. This is Delta Series Charizard, where he was technically a lightning type, which is pretty cool. Delta species where they'll end up being a different type than the original. So this one's pretty, one of my favorites. Definitely want to get, I would love to get this graded in a PSA 1. That'd be cool. Okay, one more. And then we're going to start on this binder. I don't want to sit here and open packages all day. So we can spread these out. One more. Oh, we got more Top Sun. You go 50 cent. So this is more Top Sun. So you can see here the difference in the number and the no number, because I now have both. So you see one says 7 and one has no number. And also one has a border around this title and the other one doesn't. I think that's the main difference between the two. These are in pretty good shape, actually. Oh, that one's got like a yellow mark on it, but these are really hard to find in good condition. They're just so old. Yeah, I'm trying. There's basically 3 different versions of these cards. There's the no number, which is what that one is, which has a blue back. And then there's the ones with the numbers that have a blue back. And there's ones with numbers that have a green back. Yeah, there's a green back. So there's 3 different versions of these. So I'm trying to get like the full set of all 3. The no number is going to be hard / very expensive. So that one may not ever be complete. But when I see some, I basically just sit on eBay, grab them for $1 or $2. Most of these is just spending the time to sit around and catch the deals. Catch the deals. Okay. That was fun, I guess. So we're going to get into the binder here. So just to refresh, this is what we're opening. Okay, so last time I unplugged my keyboard because I needed more room on the desk. Also, I got a bigger desk. I got the top from IKEA, so I have a little more room here. But I have to wait for my legs to come in on Friday. The table legs. But for now, we're doing this. So this is the binder. Nobody was here. This is a... Jeez, a spider just crawled out of that piss! Did anybody see that? Holy crap! Oh, shoot! I think it's on the desk. Holy crap! Where'd he go? Oh, man. So, spiders are one of my, like, biggest fears in life. And a legit spider just crawled out of this freaking binder. Woo! Might have to take this sweatshirt off. Okay. He crawled down the side, which means he's probably going to get on my leg. But I'm not going to make y'all sit here and make me find him. So later on, I might freak out in the middle of this video if he crawls on me. You might get some good content here. I'm really hot now. This sweatshirt might have to come off. Oh, God, I got the heebie-jeebies now. Okay, let's make sure there's not a whole family in here. Okay. Where were we? Woo! Did anybody see that, or was it, like, behind the face cam? That was not what I liked. Okay, so where was I? Childhood binder. Looked for years for it. Couldn't find it. Finally went to my family's house. Looked through every single box, every tub in the attic, and finally found it. And I've been sitting on it for a couple months, waiting. Shoot, so paranoid. Waiting to open it because I wanted to record it. So we did that Sunday. We just went 1 page at a time, took them out, sleeved them, logged them in the logging. So that's what we're going to do now. So I'm going to try to figure out which ones are the trainers. There are a lot of trainers in here because I had them in Pokedex order. So we're going to go kind of in backwards order just to make it a little more so that the trainers don't end. That freaking spider, man. Like, holy crap. It's still here somewhere, and I'm not okay with it. I am not okay with it. Okay, I did a lot of drawing on these. These are actually Japanese trainers. Interesting. And we have a hollow right off the bat. Hollow Nidoqueen. It's in pretty rough shape. But hollow is a hollow, right? It's in very rough shape. It's a good start. It's a good start. I'm sad y'all missed that. I'm sad y'all missed the little guy crawling out of the binder, crawling across the desk. So, we do have a few Japanese cards from the first round. that I can actually log in the website. I just have to do some searching. Seems like they're all from the same set. I'll just have to find them in the shiz. Now every tiny little thing that touches me, I freak out. So we got the Japanese trainer. And then these are the ones that we that were in the first day that we just came across randomly. Oh shoot. Is that Alex Odos? It went real fast. I think that was Alex Odos. Thank you so much. There he is. Sheesh. That's a lot of viewers. I didn't actually see the number because it went up so fast. We love Omnitype. Thank you. So, for anyone who doesn't know who we are Omnitype. We are a keyboard company dabbling in Pokemon tonight. I found a childhood Pokemon binder in the last month or so that hadn't been opened in like 10 years. And we just decided to open it on stream. I had never looked at it. I hadn't looked at it in 10 years, and we were just going at it blind. And now we're finishing out with the second half. Here's a little bit of the stuff that we came across in the first half. I think we got about 20 hollows that we found in this binder. So we're hoping that we can get some more of this in the second half. I remember seeing the damaged minimal packages. It hurt my heart. Yeah, it hurt my heart too. Literally, I don't know if you saw our Instagram story, but my watch was literally telling me, like, your heart rate is too high right now, like right when that was happening. So yeah, but we're getting there. The claim process is going. It's going quicker than I expected, so that's good. I don't know if that's because of all the noise we made on the interwebs or what. But I appreciate everyone that helped us out there. Just got my Moto Light set from y'all, packaging and better condition than some other GM kits I've gotten. Y'all run a tight ship, and I appreciate it. Oh, well, that's good to hear, I guess. I assume you're talking about the ones that we had held back because of packaging dings and stuff. That's good to hear that it was better than you expected. Are you guys going to release GMK Minimal Extras anytime soon? By the way, we're going to say goodnight to this and retire this 20-year-old sheet. Thank you for your work. We will be doing minimal extras. We have an extras. I can't use my keyboard, but if someone can type in exclamation point extras, it'll give you the information you need. We have extras on every single set, and they will happen after the group buy runs. There it is. Thank you. So yeah, we have minimal that we're packing group buys right now. We're getting through it. We'll most likely be packing redacted before we do minimal extras, just because when we have group buys in, they're always priority over anything that's after that. Yes, we always fully insure every single shipment that we do in case something like this ever happened. And then it finally did after like 30 of them. So that's good. Thanks everyone for the follows, by the way. Frank Space, Helios, Bowl of Rice, Snoopy R6, Toasty, Sweeps, Not Ellen Page, and many, many more that I missed. Thank y'all so much. Any first edition hollows? No. We had a decent amount of first edition non-hollows, but no first edition hollows. I don't even think we had a first edition rare. I think it was just all that. Eevee might be the best first edition, but yeah, I don't think we have any first edition rares at all. But we still got some to go, so if y'all want to hang out, if you'd like to look at some Pokemon cards, you can feel free to ask questions about. I mean, keyboards are not off limits. We're just looking at Pokemon cards. I actually have a really fun keyboard package. Maybe I can tease it that we can open later. So I have this. If anybody knows this small company, they're kind of unknown. You may not have heard of them. but we can give them a little bit of exposure here tonight on stream. In just a little bit, I'm going to open this. I actually don't remember what it is because it's been like 2 years. So we'll get into that in a little bit. I'm just going to go through these. We're opening them up. We're sleeving them up. This is the first hollow we've seen tonight. Hollow Nidoqueen. And just sleeving all these up, getting them out of this gross old binder. And y'all missed it at the very beginning. Everyone missed it. But when I put this binder on the table, a legit spider crawled out of it across the desk, and he is now rogue on this desk somewhere. So there's a decent chance that I jump and scream like a small child if a spider crawls across my leg under this table. So just be prepared for that, and I'm sorry if I break your ears when I scream. Got 3 recycles here. Yeah, it was pretty traumatizing. And unfortunately, everyone who was watching, the spider crawled right behind the face cam, so no one actually got to see it. Except me. And it was... Spiders are a huge fear of mine. Oh, we got an e-reader. That's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool card. I'm kind of like less excited about the trainers. I don't even know if I'm going to log those on stream. I'll probably do that later. So previously I'm using a website called TCG Player, which you can see below my face cam. It'll pop up in like 2 seconds here. It's what I use to log all my cards, keep track of everything I have, all that kind of stuff. So on Sunday, every page we would get done, and we would open the website and we would log it out. We log everything in, make sure it's all accounted for. But I'm not going to do that here on these trainers. Maybe we'll do them all at once, but don't want it to get too boring here. So it seems like I have my Japanese trainers on the back page. Keep those separate. For some reason, trainers just, they're great for the game, but not all that fun to just look at. Just a handful of them are nostalgic. The rest are pretty like, who cares? Anyone here interested in Pokemon in their childhood? I feel like there's a decent overlap in our generation that's into keyboards, especially from Alex's channel. I know Alex is into Pokemon at least a little bit. Holy crap. So y'all want to see how a child packed a binder? Look at how many cards are in this pocket. That is like a big no-no. Holy cow. I can't believe there are that many cards in here. Okay, let's get these Pokemon centers out of the way. Yeah, that's way too many cards. We had a couple last on Sunday that I had to like tear the sleeve to get it out. They were so stuck in there. Okay, here's our gust of wind pile that I just pulled out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There were 13 cards in that pocket. You just have a binder full of hollows at your parents'? Super Taco? No biggie. Just a pile of hollows, you know. Just a binder full. Should probably go find that, if anything, just to experience the nostalgia. That's the best part. Yeah, I guess I was a big Gust of Wind fan. No, I'm sure I was like annoyed every time I pulled one of these as a kid. Gust of Wind using up all my sleeves. Potion over here is going to be worse. I'm pretty sure that one has more. My husband and I collect 2. We had a decent amount still from our childhood, which is awesome. Yeah, I'm so glad I found this. So, like, I mean, obviously you can tell, I was obsessed with Pokemon when it first came out, like as a kid. It was like my obsession. And I got back into it recently. And I've seen all these people posted on Reddit, on Instagram, everywhere saying like, oh my gosh, I found my childhood collection. And every time I saw one of those, I was like depressed. I was like, I'm never gonna find mine, and I just have to like live with the fact that I'm never gonna find it. Look at that. It's like a half a deck. And then one day I found, I think 8 of these were loose in a duffel bag. When we were cleaning out some tubs, it was a duffel bag full of like HDMI cords and power cords, and there were 8 loose cards in the bottom, like not sleeved or anything. Somehow they made it out fine, but when I found those, I felt like so much closer to finding the originals, but yet also so far away because I had found a small number. So that moment I was like, I'm making a date to go to my parents' house and look in the attic through every single box. No, not much. We got a raid from Alex Odos, so that was pretty exciting. You missed a spider crawling out of the binder when I opened it, and me freaking out. We got a Nidoqueen Hollow. But other than that, we've just been trying to power through these trainers real quick to get back to the good stuff. Need a new pack of sleeves here. I think we're almost done with the trainers here. So shouldn't be too much longer. I like every 5 seconds, I feel like there's a spider on my leg. And this is not a good feeling. Most of the time, like when you see a spider, you're like, oh my gosh, he might be around here, I can't find him. You just like relocate for a little bit. Yeah, they are pretty worthless, but I'm just somebody that sleeves all cards that I keep. Any bulk that I like get rid of, I don't. But seeing that these are like childhood cards, I don't really have a plan to sell them necessarily. So I'm just going to sleeve them up. It's just what I do. And don't even say that, Pillow Snatcher. That would... If there was a way to get me to cut my hair, that might be the way. So look at this. So like, I was tracing the trainers. Like there's a Zubat, there's a Golbat. I was like tracing them on top of the cards. I saw one earlier that had Misty where I like colored her hair on the thing. It's pretty funny. Retired, thank you for your service. Oh, got another page, but these are a little more exciting. A little more exciting. We got Professor Oak. Everybody knows Professor Oak, you know. Oh, you had a cockroach crawl in your hand last night. That's just fantastic. That's just fantastic. Old Rod. We got the old Rod. Okay, I'm running out of space here. I have so many cards. Pokedex, classic. If I can get it out. Yes. That is exactly what I'm feeling like at every moment right now. I just feel like there's just things crawling all over me. And it's like sitting in the back of my mind. It's like I saw him crawl down the side of the table, but I don't know what happened after that. He could be in the second XLR like mic cable port. That was around where he went. So Healing Fields. No, it was, I don't know what, I'm not up to date on my spider knowledge. It was a small little black spider, like that big. Not a Granddaddy. Granddaddy Longleg I would not care about whatsoever. Like Granddaddy Longlegs are nothing. Thanks KDA Keys, Sir Wills, for the follows. Try to keep up with those. I'm not great at it. Oh, we got a holo trainer. Okay. That's pretty sweet. Holo Brock. I didn't even notice that him just sitting there. Try to keep these separate. I will be logging the regular sets. You got another e-reader. Those are just cool. Just in general. Oh, and the classic Moo Moo milk. Who doesn't like the Moo Moo milk? And we got the e-reader version of it too. We don't have the original print that was redesigned for the English set. If you know what that Moo Moo milk is, it was a little weird where it had somebody sucking on the teat of a cow. So that'll get you redesigned right there. The Karens of the U.S. are not going to let that happen. We had a lot of e-reader trainers. Okay, we're getting down to the end here of this page. Not spending... Oh, look at that. We got a reverse hollow e-reader trainer. That's pretty sweet. We'll set them up here. Oh, we got the regular version too. Gonna make sure that I keep the ones that I haven't logged yet separate so that I know to go back. What are you gonna do with the cards? I'm just going to keep them, binder them up. So I'll show you all in a second. I've been trying. We've gotten decent high percentage of completing a couple of these old vintage sets. Like obviously I'm not gonna have all of them because I'm not gonna have all the hollows, but I feel like I've gotten close enough that I will probably get a binder, put them all in order, and try to go out there and buy the few cards I don't have to complete the set. Thank you for your service. Retire you, Paige. Okay, so we got a few more trainers back here, but we're actually into the page of Pokemon now. So that's what we want to see. I believe that in the first day we did this, so I had my pages set up in Pokedex order, which means a lot of these will be the second generation, but there's also a lot of these back here that are just kind of random. We got Fossil, Golem, Classic, one of my favorite Pokemon. This is just a nostalgic card for me personally. Good old Smoochum. Keeping these in piles of the sets they came from so that when we log them, we can make it as quick as possible. Classic Pidgeotto. This is shadowless, so that's pretty cool. We've got a shadowless Pidgeotto. Shadowless base. We got a Miltank. Good old Spearow. That's another good classic card. I hope that we have some like exciting hollow pulls like we did in the first one. Pulls. Finds, I guess. There was a page in our first half. I'm pretty sure one single page had like 6 or 7 hollows on one page. It was like crazy. I always love Kangaskhan. It is base set 2, unfortunately. But it's okay. I swear I just had a base set 2. More trainers. You got Japanese. Yeah, we are doing a giveaway for a Pokemon diecast, a diecast Pokeball tonight. For anybody that is interested in that. So basically, for anyone that's here for the first time, we started streaming a week or so ago. And obviously we're pushing for affiliate, but I'm really trying to push for the partner requirements just right off the bat. Not that I think I'll get it, but I feel like it's my best shot because just the time that I have working on with the business, I'm not gonna have time to grind it out months and months and months and months. So I'm just gonna try it. So doing giveaways on all of our streams up until we hit those requirements. So tonight we're doing a diecast Pokeball officially licensed by the Pokemon Company, which I can show off in a second. It's got a bunch of really cool features. Oh, look at the difference in colors on these guys. which, as we learned last time, these are actually from different prints that have different years on the bottom. Last stream convinced me to pick up some card protector sleeves. That's good. Yeah, sleeves are always a must. Like me, I'm like a completionist, so the way that I collect is I try to just get the whole set just in order. So I keep at least one of each card, even if they're worthless. But I'll sleeve the one I keep just when I put it in my binder. A lot of people don't sleeve anything but good cards. I just sleeve each and every card that I keep. Seadra, Japanese Misty. Got the Seadra. Raichu, that's pretty sweet. That's a vintage rare. It's not hollow, but I always thought it was an interesting choice that they chose to put like green in the background of this card. I always thought that it was a little strange. Well, that was a boring end to this page. Bill. Researcher Bill. We have 2 or 3 pages left, I think. Last time we went through 7 pages. It obviously took a lot longer when it was all like Pokemon and exciting. I wasn't just flying through the trainers like this. Thank you for your service. 20 plus years you've been retired. So let me show you all this program that we log with. So it's called TCG Player, which is right here. So you can see here, which I think there's some glitch with the server at the moment. I hope it lets me work. But it keeps up with all of your cards and everything. Is this? Yeah, here we go. So it has all the expansions. It shows you how many you have, your percentage of completion, all of that. So we're scrolling way down here towards the beginning. My hair is all in my face. So we're going through these ones here. So you can see last time we got almost up to 50% of the base set. So this is a base set card, this Pidgeotto. So I'm going to scroll through here. And this website has like all the different possible variations that exist. So what I have is a regular shadowless, which it seems like I already had one. So I actually have 2 of those. So we just go through here and make sure we log all of these. So we had a Raichu here. So I hope everyone had fun in Alex's stream. One of my favorite keyboard streamers to watch for sure. I appreciate everyone who's chilling with us tonight. Like I said, we can... This was in the wrong pile. We can do some keyboard stuff later too. This might go a little bit faster because a lot of these were trainers. So like I said, I have that TGR box we can open up. Like I said, I can definitely answer any questions anyone has, or just talk keyboards, or just chill. Been having a lot of fun streaming. Just, it's been, I guess I get a little overworked at the actual work. So streaming kind of lets me, I guess, have fun with it more than just grinding the workout, you know. So it's been relaxing. It's been fun. Sorry I can't see the chat at this very moment. I'm also like a rookie streamer at the moment. I only have 1 monitor. So for like 5 more seconds, I'm not going to be able to see what you're saying. I guess I could pop over here. How many pages have I missed? Deckstar, you only missed the trainers. It was like 2 pages, but they were all boring. I didn't even log them. I'll do those later. I'm just logging these first few. The only thing, I'll show you the hits here in a second. Let's see. We got a Hollow Nidoqueen from Jungle, which we're about to log right here. Wigglytuff. We haven't hit any first editions in this half, though. That's kind of sad. Whoa, this Nidoqueen is worth freaking $21. Probably not in this condition, but like worst case scenario, it's $11. But here's the Nidoqueen that we got. A little sparkle. It's kind of rough, and we also hit a hollow Brock, and a reverse hollow. Not really exciting, but reverse hollow e-reader trainer. So I got this logged. Keep our hollows all together over here. Just 4 more cards. And we will be back to the next page. Aquapolis. So this is the oldest, the newest, I guess, card that we've hit in these pages. Is, I don't really care about that. Is Aquapolis. That seems to be right here as far as I went as a child, at least in this binder. I have a couple more binders that I haven't found, but there hasn't been a card past this set. So that's kind of interesting, just to kind of like, you can kind of see exactly when you stopped. It's like a kid. Okay, next up. Okay, we got 2 pages left, so this is actually going a little faster than I expected. We probably could have finished it last stream. We just didn't really... The fact that 7 pages took 3 hours, I think, kind of skewed our thinking here. But we got a bunch of unknowns here. These are just cool. Like the old school unknown with their cool, like, unknown language, and there's just so many variants of it. It's just such a cool idea. Neo Discovery here. Slugma. Remember when that one came out? I always thought it was a funny name. Another variant of unknown. With the teddy bear. Yeah, it was a really cool idea that they came up with. Giraffig. Giraffarig. I always say that incorrectly. Sneasel. The OG. This isn't the OG Sneasel, but I remember when Sneasel... Pretty sure it was the first dark type to ever exist. So this is a lot of the Neo series right here, all consecutively. It's fine, Veggie. Thanks for being here. We haven't had too much craziness happen. It seems like a lot of the craziness was in the first half. Do I collect Pogs as well? I don't know. What's a Pog? Shoo! That card just went flying. Good thing it was just a snubble. Thank you, Veggie. I appreciate it. I enjoy chilling with everyone. Quillfish. Stantler. I remember when that one came out. I assume it... Oh, I always loved Donphin. I assume it does... It's not the Pog that from... This is actually a rare. The modern day definition of Pog. Which isn't a physical thing. There we go. Thank you for your service. Second to last page. We got one. Ooh, I do see one hollow over here, okay? On this last page. So, I'm going to log these real quick. And get to this last page that has... I do see at least... Wait a second. Okay, there we go. One hollow over here at least. Shouldn't have peeked. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have peeked. Dang, we got a lot of cards right here around in the same area. Okay. that stack. Let's get the Neo Discovery pack. 54, 61. No first edition so far in the second half. We had a lot in the first half. This is an unknown E. This is an unknown O. It's weird. There's only an E, I, and O in this set. Oh, I got two O's. See if I could fit all these. I'm cutting it close. Neo Genesis, I believe. Yep. Finally learning my symbols here on all these Neo sets. 21. And last. Alright. Okay, so our last page. Last page. I'm going to keep the holo hidden from you till we get to it. It was a game that you would use slammers to try and flip the circles. That seems vaguely familiar, actually. But it's not ringing a bell perfectly. What was the first group buy I ever fulfilled? So our very first group buy ever was GMK 9009 round 2, technically. I don't actually even remember who did round 1. But it was in 2017 is when we ran that. And it was our first dabble into actual keyboard products. Before that, we sold just t-shirts, hats, stickers of like keyboard memes, basically. We created the Rubber A Dome shirt, if you've ever seen that. We had an RMK hat, and then we had a bunch of stickers with just like keyboard memes. And then we just fell into 9009 round 2, and I should have another. When Janglad asked us if we wanted to do the project with them. Are these side load? Crap. I'm gonna run in here and grab one more bag of sleeves. These are side load and they're not great. So be back in like 2 seconds. You can enjoy what I call, we have a very fancy chair here that y'all should get a look at while I'm gone. It's called the Grandma 3000. A very custom chair. Ooh, okay. Togepi classic. Yeah, the Grandma 3000 will do wonders for your KD. But too bad it's Omnitype exclusive. The first set that I designed, no, it's not Redacted. Redacted was actually one of the, it's not new, but one of the later sets that I designed. I'm trying to remember. The first set that I technically designed was GMK 8008. But the first set that I released was SA Magic City. 8008 just got pushed back. It was technically designed first. Trying to remember all the sets that I've done. Thank you for your service. Last sleeve. You're retired. So I've designed 8008, SA Magic City, Dual Shot, Redacted, Moto Light. Obviously DualShock 2, 80082, Redline. Is that it? I feel like there was another one, but that might be it. Okay, last one's here. Ooh! Ampharos Hollow. Okay. We'll double sleeve this. Why do boards like Bauer have small runs? Not a dumb question. Yeah, this card was sick. Not a dumb question. So basically, the design is very complicated, very expensive to make. So there's a lot of risk that something happens or not enough show up to fulfill the group buy, all of that stuff. So we have to order a decent amount of extra units. And just the actual process of sourcing all of the parts, kitting the thing in person, by hand, every screw in the bag, wrapping every plate, wrapping every board, putting it in the box one piece at a time. Takes a lot of time. So we did 500 boards this time with the extras included. Something like that. I mean, and it took legit like a month to do 500. But with Bauer Light, we will be doing unlimited pre-order / just continuous in stock. It has helped us, not helped, but like we have been building like a supply chain so that hopefully will transfer over to the CNC versions of the board as well. Classic claymation. So hopefully that helps out the other side of the board too. Other side of the material versions of the boards. So we'll be able to test everything with Bauer Light and just dial in everything and make sure it's all running smoothly and efficiently, and then hopefully can apply a lot of that to the CNC version so that we can offer more units. That's like the perfect world. I would love to just sell an unlimited amount. If you don't know, like Bauer 1 we had, I'm going to log these while I talk. Bauer 1 we had 320 units available, or Bauer 2 320 units available, which the first run in 2018 or 19 only had 40 units, because back then it was like insanely manual, and it was the first board I'd ever designed. I didn't know if anybody would even want it. We had like 850 people that wanted it in Bauer 1 that signed up for the raffle. I was like, holy crap. I only had 40 units. And then round 2 came around, and I was like, okay, I'm going to do like 320. That's like 8 times more or something like that than round 1. I was like, that's got to be good. Like, I'm sure plenty of people have found the board they wanted that's not this. So then round 2 raffle comes around, and 5,000 people sign up for it. And I was like, well, glad we didn't do unlimited, because that would have taken us like 5 years to fill 5,000 boards. So that's what kind of just in my head, I was like, okay, got to do something to get everyone who wants one of our boards a board. That's always my goal. I've never wanted it to be do artificial limitation or anything like that. I always want anyone that wants a board to be able to get one. So that's what Bauer Light kind of stemmed from. It was like, this is a lot easier. Not easier. Once it's up and running, it's easier to do large numbers of units faster. So that's what we did, and we're so close. We are so close. Oh, there are more unknowns. They're just weirdly separated. Yeah, we're very close to Bauer Light being here. I can't even like explain how bad I want this to be here and going. The amount of work I've put into this And it's like, obviously progress is being made, but you know, when you've been working on something for so long that you're like, is this ever going to happen? Like, it's like you feel like no progress is being made, even though it is, just because. What the heck? What in the world? Oh. This one was wrong. Yeah, so we're almost there. Sorry, I like blanked out in the middle of this because I had this in the wrong section. But I am so excited for it to happen. Like, I can't even like describe the amount of work has been put into it, not to mention dollar amount, to basically try to make the greatest board that we could possibly make while also being able to get it to everyone who wants one. Like, trying to achieve those two things, it's quite a feat. I didn't really cut corners on experience of the board. That's kind of why it took so long. You can look at our update Varja if you go to our updates page on our website. There's a big long post that has like an insane amount of information about it. It was a couple weeks ago. So that's our binder. That was like a little bit anticlimactic, actually, after how crazy awesome the first half was. Probably should have just finished it out last time. But we can recap before we look at some Pokemon or some keyboard stuff. If we want to recap here of all the holos and promos and stuff we found. Ampharos holo, Brock holo, Nidoqueen holo from Jungle, Zapdos holo ×2, Muck holo, Chansey holo. This is one of my personal favorites. Something about it having a silver back that's not a color just really makes it that much cooler. Mewtwo holo, that one's just really sweet. This isn't a holo, but it's a Dragonite first movie promo with the stamp. It's always been one of my favorites. You know, the classic Ancient Mew, one of the coolest cards of all time. And we actually had two of these. I don't know where the other one is. There it is. So we have two of them still in the wrappers from the movie. So that's pretty cool. Snorlax holo that we ended up finding out in our logging is actually an error version that's missing the expansion symbol right there. Like, you can see this as a symbol. It's actually an error. So that was pretty cool to find out. Articuno promo. No holo, but still in promo. This is a Porygon promo. Still in the plastic wrap. Meowth promo from the Game Boy promo. 2 Hitmonlees. Dark Weezing, which you can barely tell is a holo, but it is, from the Rocket set. Hitmonchan. So we have Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan. Clefable. This one's just got a really nice holo pattern on it. Poliwrath holo. You're looking pretty mean there. Vaporeon. Dragonite. This isn't a holo, but it's just one of my personal favorite cards. The rainbow background. Alakazam, and both in regular and dark Alakazam from base and Rocket. We'll use that one for last. Mewtwo promo, not holo, but just classic promo. And the Gyarados holo that my dog got to over a decade ago, probably when I was in high school. R.I.P. But that's definitely like the most loved card here. Look at that thing. This sucker is destroyed. But that's all. I mean, that's a good bit. That's like 20, 25, 30 holos and promos. Like, that's pretty cool to find all of that in this binder. Not to mention, these are all first editions. Nothing crazy. They're all commons and uncommons. But there are a couple shadowless. This is a shadowless first edition. Eevee's just, I feel like, a card that everybody likes. Eevee first edition. But yeah, that's the binder. Hopefully I can find the other binders that I'm missing to, you know, show you guys. But yeah, that's the binder. Hopefully I can find the other binders that I'm missing to, you know, show you guys. But yeah, that's the binder. Hopefully I can find the other binders that I'm missing to, you know, show you guys. But yeah, that's the binder. Hopefully I can find the other binders that I'm missing to be able to hopefully find some more stuff. I swear that I had the big three: Charizard, Blastoise, and Venusaur hollows. I swear I had those, so I'm hoping that they're in my small binder that I know exists out there. So maybe one day I'll find it. I don't know if they would grade that Gyarados. I hope they would, because it would be a really cool, like, PSA 1. So yeah, we can dabble in some keyboard stuff now if y'all want to do that. If anybody hasn't seen, this is GMK Redacted. We unboxed this a few streams ago along with the Moist Minimal. I'm insanely happy with how it came out. I really wish I had done more red in the set, because I think this red really pops. Also, this is just incredibly fitting that this ended up happening. Like this was designed over 6 months before we rebranded. It's like I just knew. Like I did know before we rebranded, but at the time of designing this, did not know that I should be crossing it out. So it's pretty fun. Oh yeah, a Luna. This is a Bauer Light 3D printed prototype. It's an SLA print. You can see here. It's actually really nice. I've been typing on this 3D printed prototype for basically since I got it. This is prototype number 5. So I've actually done 5 different versions. It's actually been 6 different 3D printed versions of these. Just making sure that all of the small changes work and fit together. This is not wireless charging, for anyone that's wondering. It's just a sticker in there. And then there's the top. Yeah, so I just found the most accurate 3D print that I possibly could. Because obviously, maybe not obviously, when you're doing... I'm going to turn this music down a little bit. I feel like it's too loud. That, like, in injection molding, it's not like CNC where you can get a prototype. It comes in, oh, this didn't quite fit right, or this is a little too short. Oh, I'll just make another one, you know? You just seeing out of a different block of aluminum. With injection molding, you've made the mold to look like that, and it's unbelievably expensive to change it. I mean, you can make some small changes here and there, but for the most part, you need to get it as perfect as you can possibly get it beforehand. But I needed a way to test the design accurately, so I just found this prototyping company that does really high quality 3D prints, and they cost a lot of money. But you got to do what you got to do, you know, to make sure it's perfect. I remember seeing the red one you posted on IG a while back. I like to look at the semi-translucent red. Yeah, that was a CNC version. That was just another random sample polycarbonate red bottom, which I don't know how at this point, where our brand's colors have been red forever and we have yet to do a red board. So that's got to change sometime soon. I figured it was the light proto because of the visuals. It was not the PC. Yeah, you can tell from the internals here that it's the Bauer Light. I personally love the way all of this internal stuff looks, where you can see all the internal workings. I have some unbuilt Bauer Light 3D print parts if y'all want to check them out. Y'all want to look at them? I don't even know if I've shown that off on any stream. I have some photos in that update that I pointed to earlier, but you can show them off. Ow, hit my head. Okay. So this is a 3D print. It's the same as this one. What number is this? This is number 3. Basically from 1 to 5, there weren't any like changes that I think anyone would notice. They were just very, very small things that had to be changed. Crap. This one's screwed together. Let me go get another one. Okay, here we go. We're just going to stack them up. How about that? Stacks on stacks. So this is number 4. So we got 3, 4, and 5. This one's actually apart. So, okay, this is the last time I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna go get a Bower 2 so that we can compare the two. So here's that red one you were talking about. So we can compare the different parts. So here's the top of the Bower Light. Here's the top of the Bower. So you may be familiar with the way the Bower 2 works. Has these flat spots for you to put your foam strips that do the compressing of the plate. It's just completely flat except for these indentions where the little pillars from the bottom go to tell the two parts to stop screwing any tighter. So this is pretty much flat in here, and let's take a look at the Bower Light to really tell how much more complicated this is than the Bower 2. So like we had to redesign the whole thing from scratch on the inside. So like this is a cavity all the way around. So with injection mold, you can only go so thick. This was like multiples and multiple times too thick for injection mold to possibly work. So it had to be, there could only be like a 2 millimeter at maximum thickness here. We couldn't go all the way across. So this had to be empty in here. And we were like, well, that's where the compression strips are supposed to go. Like, we got to find a way to actually still put pressure on the top of the plate. So we designed these little rubber bumpers here that go across the areas there to put pressure on top. And then we had to have little bosses. That's what the little circles are called that you push your threaded inserts into. So these will have metal threaded inserts. They're not going to be like screwing into the plastic where you have a chance of stripping it out. They will be threaded inserts. And another limitation is, so like in order to put these bosses in here for all of these things, so if I pull one of these out, there's like a little, see if this will focus. There's like a little circle there for it to go in. That circle cannot touch the two walls on either side of it. You can see that there's a gap. If that ends up touching those walls, we've now gone over the maximum thickness that wall can be in that spot, and it will cool at a different pace than the rest, and it will start causing warpage and all that fun stuff. So because we needed that gap there, we ran into a problem on the bottom, because you may know that on Bower, these 3 bezels are the same thickness, but the top one is a little bit thicker. That's how it's always been. So on the top, we had room to put those bosses, but on the bottom, we couldn't put them all the way around because there wasn't enough room. So we had to only put them in these 2 spots where we had the extra gap from the blocker. So that was just a lot of, like, it took us months of just trying to re-engineer to make it work the same way. That was the whole goal, is just to make the same board in plastic, but you ended up having to redesign the entire thing from scratch. Luckily, like, you don't use your keyboard upside down. So from the top, there's not actually pressure. Like, all you need is it to be able to squeeze. It's fine because you're typing down, so there not being anything here isn't really going to affect the way it types because you're pushing down. You're not pulling up on the keys. So that was good that this was only like this on the top. So we've looked at the top. Let's now compare the bottom. How was the Bower 2 polycarb made if it wasn't injection? So polycarbonate can be used in both scenarios. CNC polycarbonate just starts with a big block of polycarbonate that they CNC the shape out of. And then injection mold polycarbonate, I mean, there's obviously some different properties to them, but injection mold properties is pellets of polycarbonate melted and mixed with the colors and injected into it, and then it cools down into the shape. So polycarbonate can be used in both ways, even though it's decently different. Like, there's definitely a difference in the two. Like, even though this isn't actually polycarbonate, it's polycarbonate like. But even if I had a sample, you would very much be able to tell which one was CNC and which one was injection molded. Dang, that must have been wild to slosh through all the limitations. Yeah, it definitely was. I learned like an insane amount. Like, when I first started, I obviously had already designed the Bauer 2. And it's me and one other guy. How many people helped you design the Bauer Light? So I found just a guy who's an injection mold expert. He's written articles for the community of injection molded. He's been in it for decades. So I partnered up with him to do the actual computer work on it because he's the expert. And then I was there to basically direct the creative and the decision making. So when I first started, I was like, here's the Bauer 2. Can you just make this in plastic, please? Thinking that was going to be like, okay, how hard could it be? And I found out the hard way that it was like, yeah, we're going to need to remake this entire thing from scratch. So it was probably way harder than if we had just designed an injection molded board from scratch, like not even it trying to be a Bauer. If it was just a brand new board, it would have been easier. The hard part was I needed to look exactly the same on the outside and work exactly the same on the inside, but it can't look the same on the inside because it's not physically possible. But yeah, the answer to that question, how many people? It was just me and one other person. He did the CAD work, and then I just did basically the actual design. He just kind of did whatever I said. He would give me some pointers like this. Most of his expertise came in the areas of like what will happen in the mold. Like, this is too thick, or this is going to cool at a different rate than this, or the mold can't separate if you do this. All the limitations, he knew them right off the bat. So that was a huge help. It wasn't like, for me, this was not something that I could just Google and figure out. Like all the CNC stuff, I'm a graphic designer, which designs things in 2D. So all of my keyboards, I just did Googling things. But this was something that had too big of a risk to get wrong that I was like, I'm not just Googling this. I'm going to get somebody that knows what they're talking about to help me do this. How do they differ in sound? I don't really know how to describe it. Obviously, the goal, or maybe not obviously, I keep saying that. My goal with Bauer Light was for it to give you the same experience as Bauer 2, or still have the Bauer sound and feel, but in a cheaper price and more accessible. I think I've achieved it. I love the way the Bauer Light sounds. I hope that it makes people as happy as it makes me when they get it, to know that they can get a board that sounds and feels like this in the price that it is. It was not just, let's make the cheapest board possible. I very easily could have made it look like a Bauer and changed the mounting system and just made it like top mount or something, and it would have been like way easier. But that would have been against the whole philosophy. I don't want a board that sounds bad. So that's why it took so much time. How do they different? Yeah, I know what you meant. CNC and injection mold. I don't really know how to explain it. Like I said, the goal was to make this one the same as the metal one, or the CNC one. They definitely sound different just because the materials themselves are different. Even though one is polycarb, like you saw on the top, one is very thick, like nearly 1 inch thick polycarb. This one is only 2 millimeters. So even though it's the same material, the design is much different internally. Is it going to end up being an in-stock item, or is it going to run for some kind of group buy? If you go find our Bauer Light most recent updates on our website, it'll get all the details. Basically both. I would like to start out with in stock, and then I think we're going to do an unlimited group buy after the small in stock drop so that some people can have them, do some reviews. People can get their see how everyone likes it, and then we'll do an unlimited group buy, just so that everybody that wants one can get one and don't have to struggle with the constant like, oh, I keep selling out. And then after that group buy, we're gonna try to keep them just regularly in stock. That's our plan. Things don't always go perfectly to plan, but that's the plan. And then we'll obviously do some like cool special editions that like match key sets and stuff. That red bottom is so nice. I would love it on my desk, honestly. Yeah, I really like this red bottom. This was a sample that didn't quite like perfectly work out. I think the polycarbonate top had some warpage, so I haven't actually even used this bottom. If Bower 2 had been PC top red bottom, I would have prioritized going that over black and brass. This was almost the colorway. Like this was going to be the colorway until like pretty last minute when I changed it to the cyan bottom. But let's go through the differences in the bottom and these two bottoms. I'm sure you can definitely tell just looking at them right here. So you may be familiar, may not, of Bower 2 bottom, which is just like the top. It just has these large flat surfaces, or we call them shelves, for you to put your foam strips on for the plate to sit on there and get compressed. And then these are the little pillars that clicked or set inside those insets in the top that basically told the top like you're at the tightest you need to be. That was a change we made from Bower 1. Bower 1 did not have these pillars. Bower 1 was completely flat all the way around. The strips were in the same place, but it's not really a problem, but it was like a quality of life thing, is because the top and bottom never technically touched. You could just infinitely tighten the top and bottom tighter than you really needed to, which could, like, you could end up stripping the screws or tightening it too much. So that's why I created these pillar things. And then I also create another problem with Bower 1, which I keep saying problem, but obviously you just improve your designs as you make them, was the plate. Because it didn't have, the plate wasn't touching anything, it could move around, and it sometimes when you would build your board, your plate section wouldn't be centered, and your gaps around your caps would be different on some sides, and then you'd have to like take it apart, put it back together. So on Bower 2, I used these pillars here and created these things that I called taco bumpers, just because they kind of look like tacos. It was just a fun name. You can see there, little tacos. They go around the corners. Everybody might know this, but I don't know who's here. So I already had these pillars to make sure the compression of the top and bottom was exactly perfect every single time someone put it together. So then we also use these to keep the plate perfectly centered. The moment you drop this plate in there, it doesn't move at all. Like, it's perfectly held in place. It's perfectly centered every single time you build the board with zero effort. If you put them on there, bam, it's centered. Don't even need to think about it. Bower 1, which this isn't a perfect example, if it doesn't have the taco bumpers, it can move around. It didn't have these, but it's the same. The plate would move around and it wouldn't be centered. So this was my solution for centering on plates. I've seen other people do it some other ways, but this was my design that I came up with. These taco bumpers are not for compression. They're actually slightly thinner than the space between the plate and the bottom, so they don't technically touch when compressed. I mean, they might touch a little bit, but that's not their purpose. They're not there as the compression system. And then the cool part about this is this plate is backwards compatible and forwards compatible with the Bower Light. So Bower Light plates and Bower 2 plates and PCBs, I could take this entire assembly of plate, switches, PCB caps, and just drop it in a Bower Light. Everything is compatible plate-wise. Top and bottom are not, as you've seen here. They are very different. So we've looked at Bower 2 bottom. So now let's look at Bower Light bottom, which is just like an insane marvel of design. So we have the shelves still, but as you can see, like I was talking about earlier, you have to use the thickness. So these are actually like hollow underneath. They're actual suspended shelves. And there's some little thickness supports there, but they're just completely suspended with emptiness underneath them, which means we had to do like a really fancy mold, because obviously, like, if this is in a mold and you're pulling the two parts apart, then it's going to rip the shelf off. So you actually have to have a mold that like comes apart in like multiple directions to make this possible. And then obviously we have this is where the screws come up and screw into the top. Does that introduce more flex? No. If anything, it makes it a little... Oh, you mean flex like when typing, not flex in the part. I don't think so. This board was never meant to be like flexy. I know a lot of people think that isolation mount or gasket mount is meant to make flex, which it's really not. Like, these aren't, like, they're squishy, right? These foam things are squishy, but once you've compressed them, they're not squishy anymore. Like, you've compressed them down to where they're compressed basically to their max. They're not meant to bounce up and down. Flexiness will come from a plate more than it will come from gasket or isolation mounting. So I don't think it makes it any flexier. Like, these aren't moving. These are very strong, mainly because they're so short. They don't come off of the edge very far. Like, these things don't move. Like, I'm pushing pretty hard. So we have our daughter board mount here, which if you notice in Bower 2, actually had 4 screws, and this sat on like this little, I called this a shelf as well. Like, it sat on this little shelf. I believe we were the first, we might be the only, but I know we were the first person to do the daughter board upside down. Which was my way of getting this port as low as possible. Because obviously it had to go under that arch. It couldn't be any higher. So here, we couldn't put any bosses, like I was explaining earlier, too close to the wall because they can't touch the wall. So let's show this one. You might be able to see. I can't really see. We basically put 2 bosses, and then these little tabs here, the daughter board just sits on them. So you screw it in from the back, and then on the other side, it just kind of has like a little tab for it to sit on, so that it doesn't fling around everywhere. Is that red aluminum bottom going to be part of the next Bower 2 run? It could be. It's not confirmed at all. It was just I wanted to see what the color looked like, so I got a sample of it. What's your favorite switches going Bower? I'm going to be biased, but 8008 inks are my favorite. I created them because they're my favorite. Or black inks. This actually has alpacas in it, so these are really nice. These right here. So, yeah, I was going to get to that next. Let me answer some questions. In terms of durability, are those gasket shelves going to be strong enough during typing for it to not snap? Oh, yeah, like, look at this. I am pushing very, very hard on this. I'm shaking the table. They are not going to break. Unless you're hitting them with a hammer, they're not going to break. It's kind of hard to show because of the angle. But you can see that from the bottom, up to the shelf, it actually has this angle. So it actually gets a little bit thicker as it goes up. So it's not just a shelf like with a perfect right angle coming off. It actually has like an angle that makes it thicker, that once it gets to the top, only about half of that shelf is actually exposed and hanging off. Yes, so screws in the middle are for a weight, or it will be an additional weight. That's what this is. This white thing here in the middle. It's not metal on this one, but this is a sample just to test the fitting. This is 3D printed. But this will be a weight, most likely stainless steel. And that's what these 2 things right here are for, is to just screw the weight down into the bottom. Which the thing that I really like about it, obviously it's staircased because your PCB is right there and you don't want it to touch it. But I really like, so you can see here on the Bower, you might know that it has this rectangular design here with a little inset and has a little, what I call the moat. So it also has that on Bauer Light, but you can barely see it because it's 3D printed and they sanded it afterwards, but it has that rectangle there, just like on Bauer 2. So I designed the weight so that it was the exact shape and it like fills it in. So it's kind of cool that it gives you like an opaque versus translucent like duality on the bottom to where it gives you like just two different transparencies. I thought that was pretty cool. I was pretty excited about that. Another cool thing. Oh, hey, Space Cables. Dude, what's up? Thanks for the follows, everyone, by the way, that's come through that I've missed. No, the weight will not go through the bottom. The weight is not purely, but mostly just, I know there are people that want their board to weigh an amount, like to be somewhat heavy. That's important to some people. It's not important to me at all. If you haven't noticed, Bauer's never had a weight. I've never cared about how heavy it was. But I know there are people who do care, and this is going to be a very light board. Like, it's just made out of plastic. So I just wanted that to be an option for people, that if I think this might add 1 pound if it's stainless steel in the program. I think that's what it said. So it's not like an insane amount. Like, it might end up making this board weigh the same as maybe the polycarbonate and aluminum, but it probably won't even weigh that much. But give it a little bit of heft, like people want that. But it also adds this cool, like, aesthetic to it, which it could be that we even have, like, plastic ones that just add a color, like an accent color. Not that I'm doing that. I'm just... the colored weights could be pretty cool if you had like a clear one or add a color to it. Which the final product will be a little more translucent than this because this is 3D printed that was like sanded. Hey, if it's old news to you, it's old news to you. According to the wait list and how high it keeps growing, it is not old news. And it can't be old because it hasn't existed yet. I'm very confident that this board is going to hit a spot that hasn't been hit by a board yet. Yes, there's other injection molded boards, but I don't think they do what I was trying to do with this. Will the PCB be exactly the same as a normal Bauer or will it be different? I'm not adding flex cuts. Flex means nothing to me. I'm anti-flex. This board was never meant to be that. So I don't have flex cuts. The Bauer Light will have it's going to be a hot swap PCB that comes standard in the box. So that's the difference there. I know that a lot of people that are going to be buying a board in the lower price ranges will want hot swap. So it's going to be a hot swap. Old news or not, old doesn't mean bad. I think that's a misconception. Like we've seen here, I found a bunch of old Pokemon cards, and they ain't old news, as in bad. So, it's okay. Obviously it's okay if you don't like it either. But old don't mean bad. Will Bauer Light come in different colors? Yeah, we'll have infinite amount of colors, I guess. We'll be starting out with a set number of colors that we think will go with a lot of key sets to start out with. And then we'll just go and make cool colors as we go. Bring out the real leaks. Grandma 3000. You want to see the Grandma 3000? Look at this intricate hand-carved detail here in this thing. Have you seen anything like this? This is pure wood. I was going to say a type of wood, but I'm not confident in my wood types. This is solid. This is sturdy. Yeah, it's all preference at the end of the day. It's 100%. This whole hobby is preference to everybody. So who cares if it's old? If people like it, people like it. Will there be extra hot swap PCBs and plates for existing Bauer owners shop? Yes. We are definitely behind on that. Obviously, like, chips have been have been in the shortage. That I butchered that sentence. Chips have been hard to get. So we did get some to prepare for Bauer Light, which will help us also cater to current Bower 2 customers and former and future customers. So yeah, we'll definitely have extras of those. Color plate option for customizability thing. That might be something that happens in the future. When we start out, we're just going to start out simple. Just because we just want to get these in people's hands. We want people to be able to use them. So we're not going to try to make it too terribly complicated to start. It's just going to be preset colorways to start out. Maybe, and once we get things moving and things are flowing nice and they can kind of start running themselves, then we'll be able to start adding like some cool like pieces for people to customize them and stuff. Will there be solderable PCB to purchase an extra when the Bower Light releases? Yeah, we'll have solderable versions as well, because obviously there's people that want to do that. Extra Bower 2 is going to be sold or auctions? I don't know. So if you didn't catch our Whatnot stream, we did a test. We did a test Whatnot stream, which is where we said we were going to do the Bower 2 extras, just because we thought it would be a fun, interactive way to do it. So we did a test. That test actually ended up becoming a Ukraine charity stream halfway through, mainly just because the platform isn't quite ready for the keyboard market, in my opinion. So it has a few different options of purchasing. You can do buy now, just like anything, where you just set a price. But suppose somehow people can purchase the products from buy now before I even put them up on the screen. So like every time I did a buy now, they were gone before anyone even knew they existed. So that was like, okay, we can't use this. We tested out the auction. I asked Chad if they were okay with starting the auctions at $1, because there was obviously a chance that they didn't even make it to MSRP. But then the moment I did it, they were all flying over MSRP, which is not why I was doing it. I'm not there to flip our own stuff, even though we do have the right to do that. I mean, we design our own products, but that's not why I was on there, to try to make more money than we can make somewhere else. I just wanted it to be a fun, interactive, alternate way to do it. And mainly because these are all B stocks and A minuses, it was going to allow me to actually be able to physically show exactly what was wrong with that particular unit right when it was being sold. So that was very attractive to me. I could show exactly why this was a B stock, and then you can purchase it if you want. But because it's very obvious that people are going to spend way over MSRP, it's basically just going to be third or aftermarket prices. I don't feel 100% comfortable doing it. I can already see us attempting to be canceled if we put a Bower 2 up for auction and it sells for $1,500. The exact same one that someone bought for $500, and this one's a B stock. So I've reached out to them. They also have a giveaway option. I guess I'll flip this since I'm talking. They also have a giveaway option where you just hit a button in chat and you're entered into the giveaway, and then it rolls it, just like Twitch giveaways. So I've reached out to Whatnot, and I've actually talked to a few people that are pretty high up, basically about can we combine the giveaway option and the buy now option, where you can enter into the raffle, it spins, if it lands on your name, you are now charged for it. That's what we need. But it doesn't exist yet. So I'm not there to make it just whoever hits the button first on buy now, and I'm also not there for it to sell for 4 times as much as MSRP. So until that happens, until the raffle option happens, we probably won't do it, or we'll possibly just do it in some other way. But yeah, it's a little unfortunate. That's why we did the test. We tested it with some other stuff that we never planned on selling, some old metal artisan caps. And the test went fun. I mean, it was good. It was charity stream. It went great. We'll probably be doing another one of those, by the way, to finish out that box. If you didn't see that, we have 200 old Brahma caps that we were never planning on selling, that we were using for the test. And then when they all started going over MSRP, I started feeling really bad. I was like, these caps are selling for $70, and they were only $38 in group buy. Granted, Whatnot does add an 8% fee on top. So, but even with 8% added on, people were still paying over MSRP, and they just kept going up. And I was like, I'm gonna get canceled for this. Like, I was sitting there like, we're gonna have to stop this stream. It's failure. And then somebody in chat was like, hey, why don't you just donate every dollar that's over MSRP? And I was like, oh, that's a good idea. And then I was just like, we're just going to do every dollar to charity. So then it got really fun, because then everybody was like, we can go as high as we want. I didn't feel bad. I was like, go as high as you can go. So that was really fun. And because it was a test stream, it took me forever to figure out how to use the app. So we still have, like, I swear, over 100 caps or more left in that box that I need to go through. So I kind of just want to do it again and just try to get that charity total up as high as we can go. So I might do that. I mean, maybe do that tomorrow or Friday. Obviously, I need to get some more streams in. And I can only stream on Whatnot and Twitch at the same time, I think, for 2 more streams before I'm not allowed to do that anymore. So maybe the next 2, we just Whatnot the crap out of this and get as much charity revenue as we can and just add it all into one massive donation to help us out on Twitch Partner and get all these caps sold for charity. Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't have that functionality from the start as well. I basically told them that, like, I'm pretty sure I'm the only keyboard person ever that's done Whatnot. So I'm trying to tell them, like, I could see this being a valuable platform for keyboards if the raffle system existed. Like, it would be really nice. Like, think about for artisan makers or people who are doing small group buys. If they're like, just come to my Whatnot page and I'll run the raffle live right there. You have to hit the button on the screen, so you can't bot it unless you have like a freaking 1,000 phones. And you can show the product right there in real life. So it's just a cool thing. But they got to have the raffle option. I told them, I was like, you will not get the keyboard community in here unless you have a raffle. Or it'll just be for people that flip boards. No, like, actual people who design their own products will ever be able to use it. Can't wait to receive mine. Yeah, I shipped them all out Tuesday, I think. I also had to learn the back end because I had to do all the shipping through Whatnot's platform. But got that figured out. Oh, this stream isn't about anything. It can be about anything you want. We were just discussing the light because people asked about it. Bower X is going. Bower Light is #1 priority just because it's been, even though that some of those boards are technically older than Bower Light, but obviously this is the one that we want to get out to people because it's a mass production product that we can get to and make a lot of people happy, and we can keep them rolling. And then we'll get back into the hopefully larger quantity CNC boards once we get Bower Light rolling. I want to see the TGR box. Incoming YouTube video labeled "Why I Bought 1,000 Smartphones to Buy One Keyboard." Yep. Yeah, I guess we can. Oh shoot, I got so many parts. I'm hoping, which don't hold me to this. I've stated in our update. Oh, by the way, the Bower Light also uses the plate centering technology that I was showing on the Light, or on the Bower 2. It's just slightly different, but it does have some tabs here that make the taco bumpers center. Oh, one other thing I forgot to show about the Light. So this is kind of how you make it work. You actually will put your plate in the top first, which this is, I believe, a prototype that wasn't quite perfect, so this moves around a little bit. But there's actually no screws on the southern side, if you didn't notice. Southern as in like closest to you, north, south, east, west. So there's actually just tabs down here. There wasn't enough room to put those bosses that the threaded inserts are in. As I was explaining before, those bosses can't touch the 2 walls. So there was literally nowhere to put the screws. unless we put them here, and then there wouldn't be anywhere for the plate to be compressed. So we were in a pickle until I just thought about the design of doing tabs, which is pretty common in even mass-produced keyboards. So you have a tab that you kind of just, you push it in here first, and then the back just goes in, and then there's 4 screws along the top. Like, this thing is so easy to put together. It's like, you can put this thing together and take it apart so fast. Just 4 screws, and you're done. It's pretty cool. Make our Bauer stack. Okay, we're going to auction off this Bauer stack. How about that? Okay, I'm going to go get the TGR box. Will it get that teal hint of Bauer-esque color to it? There's definitely a chance that there will be a cyan teal version. Like I said, there's no limit to the colors that we can do. But we'll just start out with the ones that we think will go with the most boards to start out with. Like, we don't want to do anything too unique to start out with as like the initial launch. So crossing out my address real quick. Even though it's just the business's address, but whew, strong marker. Oh, I had sleeves right there the whole time. Okay. To show you how old this package is, has their old name on it. Zoom this out because this box is pretty big. So this is a package from TGR. I don't actually quite know what's in here. There's the logo. A very exciting box for anyone who gets one. I've waited a long time for this box. There's possibly 2 boards in here. Looks like a 2-board box right on there. Even though I have gotten a single board in the box this size from TGR before. My Jane V2 came in this exact size box. Okay, the PCB is going to be a hint here. Okay, so this is an Alice PCB. Oh, we got 2 PCBs. Okay. So we got the Alice PCB and the Jane PCB. And it's the yellow one. So y'all know what that means, right? Yellow Jane PCB means, say it with me, class, CE. Could be a Polis. Okay. Let me zoom out even more. Oh, I'm maxed out on my zoom. Foam. Okay, here's a board. Okay. Oh! Let's see if we can get all the foam out of here. Or let's just pull these out one at a time. Oh! We'll come back for you. Okay, here's number 1. Which I'm pretty sure this is going to be outdated too, just because of how old it is. But it's okay. Okay, so. Woo! This is pretty cool. How about that? Smoke gray police with copper plate, copper weight. That's nice. That's nice. Got a little dingage on here, but that's okay, I guess. See the dingage. I don't know what's going on here. Hopefully that'll rub off. I can't tell if it's just something on the... But that's okay. That's okay. We have the patented mismatch top and bottom from TGR. It's just a feature at this point, right? But dang, this is actually the first Alice I've ever owned. Ever. Possibly even the first one I've ever held. I've typed on them at meetups, but I've never, like, had one. I've known Sam for a very long time, and this has been in the works for a very long time as well, so. Whew, this is going to be fun. I am so excited. I've been waiting for this for so long. Oh, I have an extra PCB. How nice of him. There's one in here already. Okay, so we started out with the Alice. Make some room here. You're about to pull out another one. How did I even order a Polis? You see, us board designers, we're friends with each other, you know. We trade and do things of the such. Here, let me put these where you can see them. Okay, next up. Okay, here's next up. How many keyboards do I own? I think I have a command for that, actually. I think it's... Let's see. I think that's it. There you go. Ooh, this guy's in here. And I got to add these two. These two might have already been on there, but just like marked as not arrived yet. Okay. We got two of like the granddaddies of them all. We got Grandma 3000 with two granddaddies from TGR. There we go. Okay, I feel like I just got like too much going on up here. I'm like kind of scared. Yes, there we go. This is the Jane V2 CE. Carbon fiber plate, carbon fiber bottom. I believe this isn't like a exact version of the CE, I don't think, because I'm pretty sure the CE had the like different colored shiny one. This is just blacked out. It's got the cool carbon fiber plate down here. This is just straight like murdered out Jane CE, which is pretty sick. This feels so smooth. I've actually never built a board with a carbon fiber plate, so I wouldn't know. A couple of our commissions had Bowers with carbon fiber, but I didn't actually build one. 2 unbuilt key colts. Yeah, they're still unbuilt. They're in my case, just sitting there on stands. What switches are you thinking for them? I have 8008 inks in my JV2 CE, and it's a beautiful thing. Yeah, I love the 8008 inks, obviously. It's like that thing where I'm like, should I just keep putting the same switch in every board? Or should I mix it up? This is sick. I think I definitely like the blacked out more than the original CE, just because I feel like that doesn't match many boards. This is just like sick. I might even put GMK Stealth on it when that comes in. That would be a cool look. This is just sick. You like building them yourself, right? I imagine. I haven't built. I don't build many boards just because I don't have much time. Um, and my main reason for not building boards is because I hate lubing switches, but I'm not going to build a board without them lubed. So it just never happens. But maybe since we're streaming, I don't want to just do build streams because that's what everyone does. Yeah, Nathan's done builds for me many, many times. But I try not to ask him to lube switches. Like, he probably doesn't even do that anymore. I don't want to ask someone to lube switches, so I would have to, like, pay someone to do it. Yeah, he's built mini boards for me. Mostly, almost all the boards I have. I built this one just because I was building them for the Novel Keys meetup. So I built, and obviously when you're doing a prototype, you need to build it. That's basically the only time I build boards is when I have prototypes and I need to test them. That's when I build boards. But these, I feel like are pretty exciting to have, that I might possibly build them. But I do have at least for sure one build stream that is going to happen in the near future. I got my wife a board customized from Clavier for our anniversary. Like, it was either last anniversary or the one before. Like, it's been a while. And today she was like, you need to build it. So I think I'll be doing that soon. Maybe after the Whatnot streams. Because I want to get I want to get as many Whatnot streams in with Twitch at the same time. While I'm allowed to help us get to that partner status. But after that, probably 3 streams from now, I'll build that. It's actually the Alice board space. I think she might have taken it. I don't know if she's watching right now. Heather, if you're watching, did you take that board home or is it here for me to show? She may not be watching. It's pretty cool. I got it like customized. Like, I got him to do a custom engraving on the bottom. For her. But we just got some new desks for us to work from home. So now that she's got a new desk, she's like, okay, I need the keyboard to put on it. So I put it off for long enough. So I'll have to... That one I'll have to loop some switches for her because you can't have that go unlubed, you know. Which her board, she currently uses, which if you see in that sheet, I think I have her board marked in my collection sheet. She uses the only Bower 1 that we technically have in this building. It's the Bower 1, the very original Bower 1 prototype. Technically not the original, but it's the original from the manufacturer who makes them. We did test a few really crappy manufacturers. She has a very original one with unlubed creams, which is like, but years and years and years of using them, and now they sound, oh, it's in her office. You want me to go get it? Do you want to see it? I'm kind of scared to have these TGRs just sitting around everywhere. I need to put these up. Okay, I will go grab it. It's pretty cool. Maybe I'll grab some other boards in there too. You got a few seconds if you want to request any other boards that I can carry from my office on that sheet. While I wrap these up. Like, I legit have a stack of boards in their boxes next to my desk, just from all different makers, just basically all of my friends' boards that they've designed that I like to join in on and get, just all still in the boxes because I don't have time to build them. So they're just like all still in their cases or in their boxes, like 7V, Exent, the whatever Oblatsky's was called, the Input Series 65, they're all just sitting there. Islands? What does that mean? I feel your pain, Space. Just keyboards sitting around everywhere. Okay, I'm going to go grab that. Maybe I'll grab her keyboard off her desk because it's pretty cool. Pretty unique. Thanks for all the follows, everyone, by the way. Okay, we're going to use our cool blur. I'll be right back. Ooh. Okay. I was too scared to grab any of the heavy ones. So I just grabbed one of my prized possessions. HHKB with High Pro. Nishao, or is it Nishao? Nisho. I've never actually said it out loud. But this is a mixture of like 3 different High Pro sets. I actually can't type on this board to save my life because of the ISO, but it's one of my favorite boards. This is my wife's board that I will be building. So, Clavier ISO polycarbonate frosted white with copper plate. So it has like a cool, like faded pinkish look, kind of like a peachy vibe. So I got her this, and the back is the customized part. So this is a picture from our wedding that I had him etch into the back. So that's us standing there on some sand dunes. Thought it was pretty cool. And it's been sitting in a box for a couple years. Yeah, this came out like really cool. Seeing that it was like an actual picture that I had to convert to just a single color. But he did a great job. It looks really sweet. So we'll get this built soon. She can have an Alice on her in her new desk. Yeah, pretty excited about that. It took me a while because I had to find an Alice PCB for this board. So that's kind of what delayed me from building it. And then once I got one, I just never got around to it. Yeah, that's going to be pretty fun. Finally get this done. Everybody loves custom boards. Oh, I should have brought my other custom. I have a TGR Jane V2, not CE, but V2, that he had customized for. I have a customized weight, but it has the Dixie logo on it because that was back then. So now it's kind of like outdated. But love me some customized boards. Well, we did a lot tonight. I don't know if anybody has any more questions. Obviously, here to answer questions. Just gonna open some stuff while we chill. Nothing like some good customization. I know. And no shame in it, but when you design boards yourself, you kind of get some perks of some other makers being willing to make you some cool custom stuff. How's the weather in Alabama? It's been raining the past day or two. I know there were some tornadoes down a little south, like where our parents live. But I think everything ended up okay. Just rained. It didn't rain today. Felt kind of good today. How's it over there in the Texas? What is this? More Top Sun. Ooh, you two. Yeah, how's it over there in Texas? Been meaning to try and design your own. Has been really bad at doing so. Hey, that's a cool thing. Yeah, I feel like tornado warning in Ohio today. Yeah, be careful out there. I know. Seems like tornado season coming up here in April, especially down here. Designing your own. I mean, anybody can design a board. That's kind of like the thing about the keyboard community, or CNC. Like I was saying earlier. Like with CNC, I mean, it's expensive, but like you can design a board, screw up, and then fix it. Which the key is to make sure that you found your screw ups before you take people's money. People have made that mistake where they don't even like finish the design before they start taking money and then get it in over their head. There was a tornado here in our city the other day. It was trending all over the internet. A trunk got flung around and just drove away. Holy crap! Land on his wheels, I assume. That's some luck. Yeah, we have tornadoes so often that it's just kind of like, that happens. Whatever. Garrett flexing his designer perks. Hey, I'm not gonna try that. I mean, everybody knows it happens. I mean, I'm not gonna, I've done it for people, or we'll trade boards because we like each other's designs. I mean, it's not like, it's just things happen, Dallas-Fort Worth for the win. See, I know what that means. My brother lives in Dallas. Dang, yeah, not too common over here. Yeah, when my brother told me that there was I think it was my brother, were telling us about a tornado over there, I was surprised. Because I didn't think that was a thing in Texas very often with all that. Actually, I don't know if it being flat has anything to do with it. Because it's not very flat here in Alabama. It's very hilly. With the Appalachians. So this is my Top Sun collection. I should have brought my binders to start filling them in. Top loaders are basically pointless now. Yeah, a couple times we have been to Austin. I think I do remember having a little bit of hills. I know Houston, if I remember correctly, was pretty flat. Oh yeah, these are called Top Sun Pokemon cards. So these are the run of Pokemon cards before the trading card game came out. These are, I believe, the earliest version of Pokemon cards that existed. So I really like the old school stuff, so I'm just trying to complete this original collection here. So a lot of these are me just finding them on eBay for $1 or $2. Trying to finish up they kind of look pristine, but if you really look at them, like you can see the corners are like yellow and dirty. They're not really worth that much. Like, I bought all of these. These aren't mine. I think I bought them anywhere from $1 to $4. Like, they're not anything. I mean, some of the big boys, like Charizard and all that, can be expensive. But none of these are just like insane. So like I was explaining earlier, if you weren't here We opened this earlier too. It's pretty fun. There's a few different versions of these. So in order of release, there's what's called a no number, which means the Pokemon's Pokedex number is not on the title. As you can see here, Squirtle is number 7. So this is the original print that has no number. These are the ones that actually are worth more. I mean, they're not like worth a ton. I think this was still like $8. But if you get like Charizard and Mewtwo and all that have no number, that's when they'll start getting up into like $100 or more, because they're just the original print and they're a lot rarer than the others. So you have the no number.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
No, Siri. I was not talking to you. This song is A Fear Within. That's the band. I don't know who it is. And then the next rarest is what's called a blueback. Here's another one. You can tell it has like a mark on it. And then the last print was a greenback. So greenback's the least valuable. And then blue, and then no number blue. But my goal one day is I would love to have like all 3 sets complete. Blue and green are the ones that are kind of possible without breaking the bank, when I'm just kind of like searching eBay for fun. Finding the deals is the fun part. Like, if I just found like a collection that was like, here's all of them in one purchase, you're done, like, that would be no fun. The fun part is like you get on eBay, you're scrolling, like, oh my gosh, I don't have these 3, and then you're bidding and you're trying, like, even when the bids are below $5, it's still like exciting when you're trying to get it, you know. So that's what's fun to me, just trying to find it. Oh, we got more. A lot of these I found in lots where it would be like 16 cards for like $8. Whoa. This is a gift from the seller. I did not buy those. Yeah, so this is just more green and blue backs. I don't have barely any no numbers. But yeah, this is all Gen 1. Yes. I'm pretty sure once the actual trading card game came out, these stopped being made. Like, these have the date of 1995 on the card. Even though I believe the no number might be the only one that was actually made in 1995, and the others were made up until 1997, even though they kept the 1995 on the card for some reason. But the trading card game, I believe, came out in 1998 in Japan, and then 99 in the U.S., or it could be 97 in Japan and 98 in the U.S. So these were done. And obviously these were only made in Japan. So once the U.S., or once the Japanese Pokemon TCG came out, they stopped making the Top Sun. I assume they had a license for Pokemon, and then once they moved the license to the whoever it was, this is Game Freak, so they moved it to Wizards of the Coast. I assume these people didn't have a license anymore. These are pretty cool. This is random gift from the seller. This is like a sticker. This looks like a very like classic sticker. That's pretty cool. Just some cool stickers that they put in. This is from the year 2000. I don't think it's gonna flip. There we go. This is cool. Whenever you what's up, Archetype? Whenever you buy stuff from Japanese sellers, they always give you cool little gifts and notes. It's so fun. Ninetales, Lickitung. I love just old, cool, vintage stuff like this. It's just fun. And then we got a 25th anniversary Pikachu. Some Japanese cards. It's pretty cool. Cool gift. Cool gift. Good old Chonkachu. What's up, Archetype? How you doing? Did your... I don't remember the name. The Artisan Holder Group Buy end well? You get a good explosion there at the end. Chronos, yeah. I'm in for a couple of them. It's always explosive at the end. That's very true. First and last day are always the big days. This is some random stuff I got on Whatnot. I always just hang out on Whatnot sometimes. And a lot of times you'll find some deals on there where there's like 4 people watching and you'll get a car for like $1. Need to send a message to my parents. I think my dad may have saved my car collection along with my baseball cards on his collection. Yeah, definitely. These are all shinies, which are really cool. Alolan Vulpix shiny. I think these are baby shinies. Or the baby versions of the cards. These random. I don't even remember getting these. I must have got like. I get random cards like this because I'll get like 3 cards for $1. And I'm like, whatever. So this one, funny story. I accidentally bought it. So like on Whatnot, the buy button is not like a, are you sure you want to do this? It's like when you hit it, you've bid. So like I was trying to like swipe up on my phone, I believe. And I like missed and hit the bid button. And then I won it because no one else bid after me. And I was like, crap. I didn't mean to buy that. I think it was only like $30. So it wasn't like hundreds of dollars. But yeah, accidental. Was not planning on buying that. Oh, okay. I got to show y'all something. Speaking of this card. So, business-wise, Omnitype, we're getting into the Pokemon game a little bit, you know, with Pokeballs, which we're going to do a giveaway for in a little bit. And we're going to some cool shows, collectible shows, in the summer, which are mainly involved around trading cards, but it's all kinds of collectible things. So keyboards are obviously collectible. But we've been grabbing a few cool, like, unique vintage Pokemon items just to have at our booth to lure people in so that we can show them the world of mechanical keyboards, you know. But we need to speak their language with Pokemon products, right? So I've been buying some vintage packs. Oh, look, there's a Top Sun version. Funny enough, same art. Look at that. Original art on both. Pretty interesting. So it's not the bait and switch, I guess, but like people might come over there and be like, "Oh, I'm interested in this Pokemon thing, but what is that?" So I've been buying some vintage Pokemon packs here and there. So last night I bought some base set, like original, like from the original base set packs, from a guy called the Pokehive. What is this? On Instagram. And usually, that's pretty cool. Usually he like live streams the breaks. So there's like a few ways if you're not updated on Pokemon. Like the original base set booster packs, the holographic cards, they weigh more than a regular card because they have the hollow foil paper. So you could actually weigh the packs and tell which one has a holographic card in it without opening it. So a heavier pack is worth a lot more than a light pack, obviously, because you guaranteed to get a holographic card. So when he sells the booster box, he goes on video. He shows himself opening the box, so that you know they have not been touched before you've seen the video. And then he gives you a few options. You can either weigh them right there in front of you, to where you know if you have heavy or light packs. You can't change out afterwards. Or you can get him to tamper seal them, where he puts them in a bag with a label that shows it was signed and sealed on this day and it was not weighed, so that you can prove, like, this is an unweighed pack. That's how I always do it. I've always done it unweighed, tamper sealed, just so people know, like, hey, this is unweighed and I can prove it. Here's a video. It was sealed. I have not weighed it, seen that it was light, and now I'm trying to tell you that it's unweighed, you know. But for this particular stream, I was just watching as usual, just hanging out. And usually the way it happens, how do you open this, is when you're watching the stream, he'll stack up, like I usually get a whole art set where I'll get one of each different pack art. So base set has Blastoise, Charizard, and Venusaur. So he'll stack the different arts up in their stacks. And then when you're in chat, you'll be like, I want the third pack of each stack, you know, just kind of randomizing it. You're picking your packs. So from the beginning of the stream, I kept saying, I want 333 for Dale Earnhardt. That's the 3 packs that I want. Okay. That's what I kept saying. But he kept not seeing them. He wouldn't see my messages. But then he saw someone's message before, or that came after me, that said they wanted like 135. And then he was like, okay, 135. So in chat, at that point, I was like, crap, my 333 is no longer the same packs. Jokingly, I went, rip my 333, right? Like, RIP, I can't get the 333 anymore. But everybody in chat got excited because they thought that I meant I wanted him to rip my packs. Usually, no one lets him open the packs because everybody either wants to keep them sealed or they want to open them themselves, like in person. So he got excited. He was like, did he say to rip them? And I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. I was like, wait a second. I said RIP, not rip. And then he was like, oh, that's sad. Never mind. And then everybody in chat was like, open it. Like, you should do it. And then I was like, wow, okay. Like, I guess if y'all are going to peer pressure me into it, I will change from tamper sealing unweighed to, okay, we can weigh them and see if any of them are heavy. And then if there's a heavy one, maybe we'll open it. Okay? So, sorry, I'm trying to log into my Instagram because I want to show you this video. So we end up weighing them. I'm going to change this real quick because I need to type in something. So we end up weighing them. I have 3 packs. And 1 is heavy. The other 2 are light. You're obviously not going to open a light pack because you know there's not a holographic card in there. So we get to it. It's the only pack that anyone has allowed him to open of the whole thing. And now I'm going to show you the video of the opening. If this will load. I'm going to get back on these chats here while I've been talking my head off. Oops, I played music on my phone. Nice Hollow Blastoise, thank you. I have a bunch of old sports cards in a binder of sticker bombs. Spice Girl stickers. There you go. Whatnot is great at enabling me. Yeah, Whatnot does that. Which is, I kind of don't like that about the app, but like Pokemon cards, because everything is vintage, it's like, it's understandable that it sells for way more than what it did because they're out of print and they're 25 years old. But like keyboards, when it's like, I'm selling the thing that sold last month and people are going to buy it for twice as much, it could be a little annoying to people. How are the sales in the group buys extended, though? Usually an extension means bad. Just joking. I didn't know you could still get base set boosters. They expensive nowadays? Yeah, they're really expensive. I mean, you can get booster boxes from basically any set. But the rarer they are, obviously, the more they're going to take. Teku, what's up? You're late to the party. We did finish the binder. It wasn't really that exciting, actually. And it went pretty fast. We just got a bunch of trainers. And we found 2 hollows, I think. 3 hollows. A Nidoqueen, a Brock trainer, and an Ampharos. I used to collect a card a lot, but still have a bunch of cards, to be honest. I kind of wish I never stopped. You don't have to stop. You can keep going. Okay, so let's view this video. Dadgummit. Okay, here we go. We're gonna view the video of the break. Crap. I lost it. Oh, is it gone? Oh, rip. Okay, I'm gonna have to show it to you on my phone, I guess. That sucks. Oh, just kidding. I can get to it. Sorry, I want y'all to be able to hear the sound and not like my phone speaker. It's pretty exciting. Okay, here we go. So here's the video of once they forced me to they peer pressured me into weighing my packs. And then once I found that I had a heavy one, I could have kept it and sold it. That one pack would have paid for all 3 of them if I would have left it sealed, because obviously a heavy pack is a guaranteed hollow, and it's worth a lot more than a light pack or an unweighed pack. But I let them peer pressure me into opening it. Oh, there's the spoiler.
Oh, anything. Pokey Burr.
That's me.
He said, "Rip it." I saw him. All right.
Oops, sorry. I supposedly can't change tabs. Sorry.
No card tricks. No anything. Pokey Burr. He said, "Rip it." I saw him. All right. G.I. Joe?
You can see me typing.
All right. Let's go.
At my hardest bound.
Rattata, you're already in the money. Squirtle boy. Yeah, follow Pokey Burr. He's new to the Pokemon community, but he's definitely going big in the Pokemon community. Ponyta, whenever you see red, there's that energy. Ooh, energy. All right, here's your rare. Oh my god! Oh my god, Pokey. One pack. One
see me
pack.
attempting to type and I can't.
Somebody, oh my god, just on my post a second ago was just like, "You're not gonna get any Charizards. Don't even bother opening that box." Oh my god, Garrett.
Crazy that happened. I was sitting there on the couch with my wife. We were just like watching TV. I was just watching the stream, not thinking anything was going to happen, because I was just planning on the packs just coming to me sealed like they usually do. Like, this is how they usually look. He opens the box, instantly puts them in this bag, and then puts the seal, which that one's kind of smeared. And then he'll write the date and write his name, and you have a video of it. So this is usually how I do it. But because I said "rip" in a different meaning in chat, it all led to people peer pressuring me to open it. One single pack out of the whole thing, and it is the freaking Charizard. I was sitting there like, I can't breathe. Like, my heart was pounding for like freaking 2 hours. It was like crazy. And the craziest part is, if he would have seen me say 333 when I typed it, I wouldn't have gotten it. Because that person got in front of me in line and I got pushed down a section is why it happened. Pretty crazy. Yeah, that was my pull fuzz. That was a pack that I was supposed to keep sealed. And now it's a pack fresh Charizard right out of the pack. Oh my gosh. I don't know how much it's worth. I mean, that one card definitely just paid for all 3 packs. I'm probably going to send it in to get graded. I've never sent something in myself to get graded just because it costs so much money. Like, it's not worth it unless the card is actually worth it more, because grading costs so much. But like a pack fresh that could possibly get a 9, 9.5, or 10 could be worth some insane dollars. Pretty crazy. No wonder you won 2 key coat raffles. I technically only won 1, and the other one was like I said, a lot of vendors will have specific units set aside for friends and stuff, so they let me join that a while back. So my first key coat, actually, I didn't even win, but then I ended up winning one like a year later. Yeah, pulling a holo Charizard is the latest experience. Highly recommend. I know. Which I don't have a Charizard in this binder, so it's not even confirmed if I ever pulled one as a child. And if I do, I don't remember. So it was pretty exciting. The only thing I'm a tiny bit bummed about is that, think about if I pulled it on this stream, because I probably would possibly open them on our stream. That's the only way it would have been better, is if I could have been the one to actually do it. But it's still like insanely exciting. Yeah, going from a 9 to a 10 is a big jump in price. And getting 10s is really hard these days. This is just more Top Sun cards to try to finish the collection. I've gotten pretty far into this. I think this is green, blue back, green back. Oh, these are all blue backs. I've seen a few sold under 1,000 lately. Well, see, there's a few different versions of the base set Charizard, so they're not all the same. There's obviously Shadowless, which I have mine sitting here. So we have a few different versions here to give some education for anyone here that is not into it and is just Googling Charizards right now. So this is like a $20 card, but I just really liked it because it had these cool snowflakes and it was just a really cool art. I'm going to brighten this light up here. Get a little more light over here. So there's that one. So then you got the Shadowless. So, which I have a bunch of PSA 1s just because I love the gnarliness of them. But we have a Shadowless, which is technically the second print. We obviously have first edition, which is the most valuable. But then you have a Shadowless, which is not first edition, but it's not like the Unlimited, as you call it. Unlimited is this, which has the shadow around the artwork. That means it's unlimited, which means they just printed an unlimited amount. Shadowless was the one that was actually in the middle of first edition and unlimited. So this is Shadowless. This is a first edition PSA 1, so like worst condition you can get. Yeah, War Veteran Zard. So I love PSA 1s. So I got the PSA 1 Shadowless, PSA 1 first edition. And then I have the PSA 1 Gold Star Shiny. Also pretty wrecked. I freaking love them. They're just so unique. Basically, my goal is to get all of the Grail cards in their worst condition. Which was... Where did it go? I lost him. I had that... I don't know what I did with him. Oh, yeah. This guy is just going... It's not graded, but he's also destroyed. The risky part is if I send this into PSA, there's a risk that it gets a PSA 2. So, and I would hate to have a random 2 in my collection of 3s. But like, look at that. It's like straight up scratched off the surface. But I would love to get this in the PSA 1 as well to add to my PSA 1 Zard lineup. How much does it cost to grade? Depends on where you do it. Like PSA, I think they finally have it down to where it's like $50 a card. But it was up to like $250 a card. And then grading is kind of a scam. Like, they have this thing where like you can send it in. When you send it in, you have to tell them how much you estimate the value of the card to be. And that is what will also kind of determine how much it costs. So like if you send in a card like a first edition, like if I found a first edition Charizard just like this in perfect condition in this binder and I send it in for grading, they would want me to pay them like thousands of dollars to grade that card because it's worth that. It's annoying to me because like I don't have that amount. Just because I own something that's worth a lot of dollars doesn't mean I have a lot of dollars to pay you. So that kind of irks me about it. That's why I usually just buy pre-graded cards so that I don't have to deal with all that. It's just a scam, Teku. They get to choose how much they think it's worth and charge you whatever amount of money they want. And if you say I don't agree, they'll just go, okay, we're not going to grade it. And then lastly, this is our Grail here at Omnitype. This is the 8.5 first edition. But yeah, so everybody that was looking them up, there's many different versions of Charizard. First edition, Shadowless, Unlimited, Base Set 2. Those are all the same design, same Charizard. So the one I got out of that pack was just an unlimited Charizard. How is the Charizard you just pulled different than your Grail? Well, that's what I was just explaining. So this one's first edition, which also means it's shadowless, which means it has no shadow behind the frame here. This is the very first print, first edition shadowless. Second print, non-first edition shadowless. Third print, shadow or unlimited is what it's called with the shadow. So the pack that I pulled was like this. It was like the unlimited print, the most printed version. They're still worth money because they don't print them anymore, but they were the most printed of them. Yeah, it's definitely limited because they're out of print, and every pack that's opened means there's less and less packs out there. Yeah, Beckett grades harder for sure. Which PSA, I think I agree with that until you get up to until you get into first edition Charizards. I feel like PSA grades first edition Charizards harder than any other card, especially up into the 9s and 10s. So like they would give a card in the exact same condition as a first edition Charizard. Like if I sent this card in that was in the exact same condition as a first edition Charizard, they would give this a 10 and they give this a 9 just because of what it is, and they know that it's worth a lot of money. It's kind of crappy. They've been accused many times of like manipulating the market and like giving less 10s than they used to because they're worth so much and all of this. Obviously there's no way to prove it, but yeah, no matter what, the Charizard that I pulled is worth more than I paid. So that's fun. I mean, honestly, even if it wasn't the experience of like pulling a Charizard from a base pack of Pokemon cards is like not something that many people have gotten to do, especially these days because there's so few packs left and they cost way more than $4. I don't have any. I do have a PSA 10. I have one PSA 10 Mewtwo from Evolutions in like 2016. It was $30, so I grabbed it. But that's the only PSA 10 I have. I just love PSA 1s. That's my thing. They're very unique. My way of thinking about it is every single PSA 10, technically, is virtually the same. Because to get a PSA 10, you theoretically have to be perfect. And all perfect cards are the same to a minuscule percentage. So like, okay, congrats, bud. You have the same card as this many other people. This PSA 1, nobody has a card that looks like this. This is the only one. So I will like eBay all the time looking for PSA 1s. And I find plenty of PSA 1s that they have the one here, but they don't really look all that bad. Like they might have some dinged up corners. I'm specifically looking for the ones that look like this. Like I want the ones that have creases and spots rubbed on them and the corners all folded up. So, I mean, there's plenty of ones that don't really look like ones that I don't care about. I want them to look. I just want a big display of all of the most sought after cards that you can get, but in like the worst condition possible. I just think it's just fun to try to collect. The search of things is the fun part. It's probably like most things. Once you have it, yes, it's cool to have, but the search was the fun part, like the process of trying to find it. Once you have it, it just like sits there on the shelf. You know, I don't do anything with it besides be like, hey guys, look at this cool thing. I think I've officially opened everything. Like, I've had so many packs of these packages sitting up here from eBay of all these random little cheap Top Sun cards that I've been waiting to open. So we finally got them open, and now I can leave feedback on all my eBay purchases and put them all. I should have brought the binders, and we could have like put them all in and see how close we were to completing the set. Yeah. Oh, I got one other thing that's kind of cool. Might as well open it since we're ripping random stuff. A lot of people are probably going to judge me for this, but I just thought it was cool. I don't know if anybody's seen these things. They're kind of like a hype beastie product, but I think they're kind of cool. There's it's this place that makes like, I believe they're rubber, but they're like rubber stacks of money that are blurred out, and they look like a piece of video game money, but like in real life. So like when it's sitting on your desk, it legit looks like it's in a real video game. I got the cheaper one. They have a bunch of different versions. Some of them are selling for like $500. So definitely not going to get that one. This is one of, what is this? Currency. You get what you get, and you don't get upset. This is a good time. Mons to power light to other keys back to Mons. Yeah, this is how my brain works. Yeah, Korean won. Yeah, that's what this is. That's how my brain works. I'm just going from keyboards to Pokemon, TV shows, but keyboards to Pokemon. I know my neighbor, when I was a kid, would collect cards. I wonder if he ever sold them or gave them away. Look at that. Isn't that sweet? It's not rubber. I thought it was rubber. It's just like plastic. Oh, this is the box. Okay. Yeah, so this is the one. Oh, this is like completely unopened. I know these things are worth like a decent amount, but we're going to open it because that's what things are made for. We will open it carefully though. Yeah, these things are so trippy. They're like, I just thought it would be like the coolest like desk ornament. They have one that's American. It has the $20 bills, which is the one that's worth like a ton of money. It's so cool. Like, it's like a real life thing that's blurred out in real life. Real life in real life in real life. I really would love the $20 bill stack, but they just cost so much that it's kind of like stupid. But it's like, this is crazy. Let me zoom out a little bit, because like the less detail you have, the more like it messes with you. It's so cool. I don't even know what this is made out of. I guess it is rubber. It's so cool. Like, they have like a bunch of different ones. They're called Blur. Oh, that's all I really know. Blur money. So if anybody wants to give me a present, grab me the Jeffersons, the Jefferson stack. Fake stack of 20s costs more than a $20 bill. Well, yeah, because it's a whole stack of 20s. It's not just a single 20. How much is a stack of 20s like this? Like 10 grand? Isn't that what a stack is? I haven't bought any sets from eBay. Do you suggest eBay or any other good place? What kind of set are you talking about? Keyboard set or Pokemon set? I would not suggest buying any keyboard key set from eBay. Most of the time, they are wildly overpriced. This is the coolest thing ever. It's so freaking cool. And you know what's even better is the camera probably won't have any trouble focusing on it because it's already out of focus. Or it'll get like really confused. No, it's handling it pretty well. There it is close up. It's pretty crazy, like how simple of an idea this is, and how much money they're probably making on this. Actually, when these MSRP actually aren't that much. It's like keyboards where the people who are flipping the products are making more than the people who actually designed them and made them. A stack of 20s is like $2K. Oh, then yeah, I think the stack of 20s goes for like legit $500. Kind of want to look it up.
One pack.
Oops.
One pack.
Let's see. Blur money. So here's the Blur money. Blur keyboards would be pretty sick. I don't know how that would be possible, because like it's not like this where you can mimic a nice rectangular product and print it. It would, but that would be pretty cool. You meant any recent Pokemon sets? I wouldn't buy recent Pokemon sets on eBay. I would just buy them from retailers. Most everyone on eBay is going to be selling it way overpriced because their whole point is they bought it to try to flip it. So here's the it's obviously sold out, and of course they want you to buy it on StockX. Oh, it's not as much as I thought. I mean, obviously that's still like a lot of money for a little rectangular thing. But that's not, dang, I got a decent deal. That is not how much I paid for this. I think I paid like 40 or 50. Redacted 2.0 but blurred. That's not a bad idea. An alternate kit for Redacted. We might do that. That could be, I don't know how it would be possible, because obviously double shot, it would have to be some sort of printing. Maybe we could do PBT Redacted with the Blurred Legends. Did y'all like that? Yeah, this is pretty sweet. They have a few different versions. This one's cool. I like the red. I guess there are 4 different ones. I don't know what this is. Oh, that must be... they're pretty cool. I mean, it'd be pretty cool to have different stacks of them. Obviously, being American, having the 20s would be the coolest. $8,008 would be better. Well, that wouldn't really be on theme. $8,008 is just a colorway. Okay, we're gonna design it right now. Just joking. Can't give you all my secrets. Yeah. This is just cool. Definitely gonna have this just chilling on my desk to throw people off when they walk in. Like, has that happened though? What has what happened? It's like 3 a.m. Oh yeah, plenty of ideas of stuff that I've done have either been like in dreams that I thought about it, or like I've had plenty of nights where I started thinking about some product idea right before I needed to go to sleep, and then I'm laying there for hours thinking about it, and I can't go to sleep because I'm thinking about it. But yeah, that happens a lot. Only a handful of times have I like woke up and been like, oh my god. I actually think Redacted was the key set that was like I woke up in the middle of the night and had to write it down. Think about if I had like a legit like briefcase filled with the $20 ones and like opened it. Oh, that would be so cool. You'd be so heavy too. This definitely feels like it. I wonder if they made these weigh the exact amount of actual. There's no way money weighs this much, actually. This weighs a good bit. This is like a pound or two. This is heavier than the Bauer Light. Well, I've opened all my cool stuff. Open the TGR. You open a bunch of random Pokemon stuff. You open the Blur money, the Blur wand. What you doing with 50,000 green ones? You know, just chilling. This is how I'm gonna pay for my next keyboard. That would be so cool to have a briefcase full of money. Fake rubber money. We opened the Pokemon binder. We opened Pokemon packages. We looked at Bauer Light. We opened the TGR. We opened the fake money. It's been very eventful. Like I said, our next stream, I'm pretty sure this is just solid rubber. You can see it flex a little bit. It's just rubber with printing on the outside. Genius. Freaking genius. Yeah, so I think our next stream, which might be tomorrow, like I said, we're pushing for partner. The path to partner is that hashtag I've been pushing. We got to get 12 streams in within 30 days, and this is, I think, 5, and we're at like halfway through. So I have 7 more that I got to get out within the next 2.5 weeks. So I'll probably be streaming. We'll do the Whatnot again, where we're gonna do the metal caps for. I'm just gonna do it for charity again. We're gonna do them for charity until they run out, and then we'll just do one lump donation sum. So that might take 2 more streams because there's a ton of those caps in there. But this time I'll know how to do it a little better, and I can just have them pre-made to start. It went a lot quicker last time, but I feel like even like 25 took a while. So we might have to just do like the auctions quicker or something. I guess if you do 120 auctions at 30 seconds each, that's an hour. And then obviously there's time in the middle for opening them and showing them. So yeah, we'll try to knock them all out on one stream. If not, we'll do 2. And then, like I said, I'll be building my wife's board. And if y'all think of any other stuff, I try to like actually have content while we're streaming and not just get on here and be like, hey, do you just want to talk to me for 2 hours? Obviously that's fun and I can talk forever, and most of the time we end it by just chilling. But I always try to have some sort of actual engaging something going on. So you missed the first one. Yeah, the first one was obviously very unplanned. So maybe this one we can raise even more money because we'll actually be able to like announce it beforehand and not just like you had to be there kind of thing. What are you thinking of donating to? We'll still be doing Ukrainian donations. Still discussing with our Ukrainian friends and family and employee on where they think it should go. We might end up, depending on how much it is, splitting it up into a few different places. There's no reason not to do that. But like I said, we will we'll figure it out. We'll announce it. We'll post our receipt and all of that. I guess we need to do the giveaway. I'm surprised nobody's said anything about it. And no, you haven't missed it. It's very fun hanging out with y'all. I enjoy it. So we have 100 and something people in here. We're here for the content. I appreciate that a lot. And I just want to make sure that there's content worth watching. I'm not a vlogger, so I don't think you're necessarily here 100% just to look at me. But even if it's here a little bit, that's always fun. But yeah, we're going to do the giveaway for the Pokeball. 100 something people in here. Do y'all know what this is? Do you want me to show it off again? I don't want to keep showing it off over and over. But if people don't know exactly what it is, I have one here that I can show. And I'll also show it off here. So basically what's going to happen, just like last time, we have a few different versions here. So if you win the giveaway, you'll get to choose between any of these except the heal ball, because that one is not here. Still need to fix this thing. It's not in stock. This one's a pre-order. So one of the other 5 you'll get to choose from. Hair is fire, by the way. Do you use biotin? No, I assume that's some sort of something that helps your hair grow, possibly. I just haven't cut my hair in 3 years. That's what I did. It's very frizzy today, and I hate it. Hair wash days and the day after hair wash day for long-haired people is the worst. At least for me, it's very frizzy. I assumed it was a wrist rest. Assumed what was a wrist rest? A Pokeball? Thank you for the hair compliment, by the way. I know what it is, but I wouldn't mind it being shown off. Yes. So, are these all the created ones so far? No Master Ball yet. So, yeah, these are all the ones that have been done yet. Besides the Master Ball, the Master Ball was done, I think, on the launch, and it was only an exclusive for the PokemonCenter.com, like official Pokemon's website. They were the only ones who got it, and it was a limited run. Maybe one day I'll convince them. I'm just trying to see if I can get one for us. Be like, yeah, I got any of them in the back, at least for our shelf. But don't get your hopes up that anybody will ever have to sell those again. But here it is. Here's the Pokeball. Yeah, it's annoying that they did that, at least so early. You would think the Master Ball should be last, where once everybody's gotten them, and they're in it, and they're collecting, that they can complete the set. Not like, oh, we're going to do it first before anyone knows that these exist, and now no one can get them anymore. People are selling those things for like $500 or $800 on eBay, the Master Balls. So here's a Pokeball. Pokeball die-cast replica, officially licensed by the Pokemon Company. It is designed to the correct specs and weight of what an actual Pokeball would be in the world of Pokemon. It does have functionality it doesn't open, obviously, and it's not meant to be thrown, but it does have some cool function here. Here, I'm going to do this. It's going to get a little crazy. I'm going to turn the lights off so that y'all can see this. Ooh. Oh, look at that. Proximity sensors. I'm not touching it yet. And then once you touch it all the way, once you actually come in contact, whoop, meep, meep. It's pretty cool. It comes to its full brightness when you actually touch it. And then you can click the button, make it do some different animations here on the light. So there's your, like, Pokemon has been caught color animation. I believe there's a few different ones, different colors. I think there's a rainbow one. I don't remember how you work it. I know there's a rainbow. There's a green one. Oh, there's a rainbow. Yeah, it does come with the sound effects. Every time that you touch this, you're going to hear my voice going, meep, meep. Wait, that's an Omnitype exclusive for that feature. That's what how do you change the batteries? I assume that you can open these. Obviously, this thing isn't like running nonstop all the time, so I assume the batteries are going to take a really long time because it doesn't do anything unless you're holding it, you know? And lastly, you can see the case here has a little light. And the front badge here is a touch badge where you can change the color when you touch the front. Or if you hold it, you can turn it off. And then, like, it lowers the ball down into the case when you close it. It's pretty cool. Let me turn these back on. Whoa! So the bottom of the case, this also has a weight where when you set it down, it makes sure that it always sits perfectly up. So that's pretty cool. So you can be like, oh, I caught a Pokemon. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. If you know, you know. This thing, you can change the batteries just by taking the bottom off, and you can change the batteries. It also has a ring that you can set right here and set your ball on top if you want to do it outside the case. Also, they're all individually numbered with a serial number, so that's kind of cool. They all have their own little number. So, there we go. That's what we're giving away. Like I said, you get to pick one of these 5, not the Heal Ball, Pokeball, Great Ball, Ultra Ball, Dusk Ball, Premier Ball. They all basically weigh the same amount on the product pages. You'll see, I think if there may be a gram difference. Like the Ultra Ball, you can see has two colors, and the Dust Ball have 2 colors, so it might weigh a tiny bit more because the more color they had to put on it. And then the Great Ball has those 2 red stripes that are physically coming up off of it, so that adds a little weight. But for the most part, to the naked hand, they're the same. So we're gonna do that. God, this thing is so cool. So we're gonna pop over here to the Nightbot and do a giveaway. We don't have subscribers. We'll let mods enter because there's probably none of them here. We're pretty calm people here. We don't need mods yet. Only say it once or you will be disqualified. What should our keyword be? We've done a lot tonight, so there's not like just an obvious word here that we know that it should be. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a little shameless marketing here for us. So the keyword is going to be path to partner, because that's what we're shooting for here. So that's our keyword. And I'm pretty sure I don't even have to like start it. It's kind of weird that I don't have to hit a button, but I assume that it's running now. So there's your word. Let's make sure that this is working. It's kind of weird that there's no like button that says like start. Okay. Interesting. I'm not seeing anything here. This is interesting. Is this just delayed? I need to click on the users tab. I've done this like 5 times. It's always just worked like this. Interesting. Okay. I don't know why this isn't working. Not a single eligible user. Obviously something ain't going right here. We're just getting a little more exposure to our path to partner here. So why isn't this working? Reset eligibility. Okay, start this again. Yeah, let me refresh. It's kind of weird. Don't type anything yet. Okay, we're going to reset so that everybody knows. And now we can go. Okay, seems to be working now. Seems to be working. We have 1 eligible user. Let's try that. There we go. I guess Nightbot just needed a little bump. This is interesting. There we go. Okay, it was a little delayed. So here's our giveaway. Sorry for the sorry, Nightbot got a little sleepy there. Here we're gonna let the lights down. Show our Pokeball here. I'm not putting a timer. I'm just gonna decide when I want to run it. So if you're here, join. If you've been here paying attention. God, that's so bright. So how many people are gonna go out and get one of these blurred monies? Like, they're pretty cool. Which Pokeball is my favorite? I mean, honestly, of the ones that exist, probably the Pokeball. I mean, can you get any better than just the classic red, black, and white? I mean, the Premier Ball is cool. I think a lot of people like that one. A blurred Pokeball. Yeah, that would be cool. They do have a few other ones that they've announced that we will have later in the year. The Quick Ball, and 2 more. I can't remember what they were. But yeah, they're just going to continue making them, I guess, until they make them all, I guess is the plan. Okay, it seems like the eligible users has ended up stopping. Oh, I forgot to enable this. So don't say it again, or you're going to disable yourself. Okay, I guess we're going to run this now. I love the get 10 Pokeballs, get a Premier Ball line. Yeah. We thought that was just funny. Someone mentions it when we first started, because that's how you, if you don't know, to get the Premier Ball in the game, you would buy 10 Pokeballs and you would get a free Premier Ball. So we just did that for fun. There were a ton of people that were like, wow, that's a horrible deal. I really have to spend $1,000 to get a free one. And I was just like, it was just for fun. Like, we weren't trying to upsell you. It was just like a funny thing that we thought would be fun to do. Okay, we're going to run this. So get your last ones in if you haven't joined. Okay, I'm going to roll it here. And 3, and 2, and 1. Tony Pony. Been following for 6 days. That's good. It's always good when they've been following you longer than the night that you've been streaming and doing the giveaway, so I appreciate that. It's about when we started streaming, so awesome. You give us a little message in chat to make sure that you're here and that you're not a bot, and then claim. There he is, or she. Tony. I don't know what gender a Tony is. It's just a body part, I guess. But just let us know which variant you want. Of the 5, you can give us a whisper here on Twitch with your email, along with which variant that you want. You're welcome to say that which one you want here, so that everybody can tell. Classic, there you go. They want the classic Pokeball, but please put that in the whisper as well, just because I'll probably forget. And then tomorrow we'll get that set up for you and get it going. Congratulations! Thanks everybody for hanging out with us. 3 hours tonight. Dang. We're getting there. Path to partner. We're going to do that every giveaway now. That's the official. We're going to annoy the crap out of everyone. It's probably a really lame hashtag, but that's how it works. Congrats, Tony Pony. Thanks everyone for joining. Like I said, we'll be doing a little more keyboard content coming up. I'm not going to drown you with Pokemon content. We've kind of exhausted that for the moment. We do have some cool booster boxes coming in. So be on the lookout for that if anybody's interested in getting some cool vintage Pokemon packs. We're going to do some box breaks. But yeah, everybody take care. We need to find somebody to raid. See who's live. Lightning. Yeah, let's raid Lightning. We're gonna raid Lightning. Everybody know Lightning? Diego? Lightning keyboards. Just making sure I'm spelling that right. Everybody know what Lightning's doing tonight.
About it?
Seems like he's looking at some interest checks and stuff, so hope everybody comes over there, gives him some love. We're gonna do our raid message again. You know what it is. Path to partner, baby. Path to Partner, baby. That's what we're going in there. We're going to yell it to everybody. Let them know what our goal is. I'll see y'all over there. I'll see y'all in chat.